The football talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Straight shooting LJA.
Hi, I'm John Sitton.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
The G-Man.
Samir Sawhney of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan.
We the people, for the people. Jersey Fizzle.
Your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Each and every Monday night of your lives.
At youtube.com/pitch talk.
For podcast links and information, check out our official website www.pitch-talk.com.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan.
Dave McLaughlin.
I'm Rob Lusher,
Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
former chairman of Ibis FC.
Chairman of Alexandra Park FC.
And you're listening to
Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Make sure you join the revolution, the football revolution.
Hi, I'm John Sitton, and I'm here with Gavin, Liam and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez. My name is Christian Carambeu.
I'm Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hi, I'm Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan, and you're listening to Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I'm Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
I'm Rob Lusher, former chairman of Ibis FC.
I'm Samir Sawhney, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening
to Pitch Talk.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. After a week's hiatus, your Monday night footballing fix is back on the air and in the house. Because, baby, we're bringing you your Monday night footballing fix, baby. Oh, it's all good, baby. As the American dream would say, it's all good if you will. If you will. But you know what, yeah. This is the football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing. And yes, I do mean nothing on opinions. Why? Because the pitch is where we eat. The pitch is where we sleep. And G-Man?
The pitch is where we talk.
Oh, hey! The pitch is where we talk. Oh no, not again. He's not doing it again. Yes, I is. Ears, if you will. Oh my God. After a week's break, that sounded quite wrong. Just like you only get a hug, badu, from a bachelor's mug. Just reminded me of that old advert. But you can join this revolution. How? You may ask. www.pitch-talk.com is our website. Facebook.com/pitch-talk as well. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. MySpace.com/pitch-talk, pitchtalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk will get you access to our blogs, including the new one from yours truly, Straight Shooting LJA, just this morning, about my musings about the 2013-2014 season, including Liverpool and, of course, Ibis Football Club as well. Grassroots segment is coming up later. A double dose because we missed last week's show. But it is one of them. Was check that out, my newest vlog. Some straight shooting musings about the 2013-2014 season, featuring Ibis and Liverpool. It's been an emotional season for both of the sides I love, and for many different reasons. But it is one of them ones where we must say, also youtube.com/Pitch Talk. Find all of our videos there, including the Pitch Talk Meets series, including interviews from Samir Sawhney of Motivate Sports and Fitness at MotivateSF on Twitter, MotivateSportsandFitness.com, and Facebook.com/Motivate Sports and Fitness. Also, we've got interview material coming out from Girls on the Ball as well. Sophie and Rachel at Girls on the Ball on Twitter, Facebook.com/Girls on the Ball, and www.girlsontheball.com. And of course, Jezzy. A shout out also to
Scotty the Rabbit.
You're damn right. Pitch Talk's favourite rabbit.
Amen. I was gonna say, like, I felt like you know, leaving them out on purpose. I was like, what's up?
No.
I was gonna be like, what's up with that? You know.
It's like, where are they now? Where's Scotty now?
He's got a carrot.
It's one of them was it more carrots than Bugs Bunny's lunch? If you can get
more problems, yeah.
I was gonna. That's a good one. I was gonna say, if you can guess where that line comes from, you're pretty good. It's one of them was pulling stunts, more carrots than Bugs Bunny's lunch. See them blades chopping. That's what you get. I'm sitting sideways on that one. But yeah, it's one of them was also a big time shout out to RNV Wrestling. Big shout out to @TweetWhiteLine, aka Finn White Line Magazine on Twitter, Facebook.com/Finn White Line Magazine. Big shout also to to Chris Bullock and Kick for Life.
For life.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the NWO, your second OWO so far. But also a big shout out to the Section 357 show, Sunday, Super Navajo, Big Shot Ron, and Floyd Thinks as well. And a big shout out to Twin Gunner and Johnny Sykes.
And you know what though? Just doing a little bit of that cross promotion. Really would like to know what the section.
P90X! It works! Anyway, I love that from Danny Doran's usual. I love it. Big shout out to K-Fape Comedy. What is that? P90X! It works! That's what he says in the usual.
So funny. So funny.
He just randomly all of a sudden goes, Dorian just randomly goes, P90X! So, like, what are you doing? I gotta show you. I've got to show you. It's hilarious.
But no, I was just gonna say, I wonder what the Section 357 guys think of the 2014 NFL draft. So I'll be in touch on Twitter and finding out what they thought of the NFL draft.
I'm having heart palpitations.
You alright?
I just see G-Man across the room thinking he was to my left. And it's like I looked over, I saw something about the corner of my eye and thought, who's invading? Oh my god. Oh, that's quite disconcerting actually. It's funny but disconcerting. Can't help it. You need Jesus. This was it was. Oh, there's something else I got to show you actually as well. But no, oh my god.
I suppose I should ask you, how's the last week, the week before that, and the weekend's been? Yeah.
Been pretty good to be honest. On my side it's been pretty good. Just rolling around.
Oh my
saying this to the ladies.
No.
Me a cute little toy, silver bells hanging on a string. She told me it was my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh my.
What? Now I know that had nothing to do with anything, but I just wanted to crowbar it in there.
You need Jesus.
Oh wait. No, I did not mean crowbar it in like that.
Oh my goodness.
Because if you're crowbarring in your
Oh my goodness.
I love that song. I was like, I love that.
People, that's his ringtone on his business phone. I just want to point that out. His business phone, people. That's his ringtone. But no, seeing as you're not gonna ask me how my
I was gonna ask you how my
well, now you can ask me.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you how your weekend was, but I was also gonna ask. I was gonna ask if you've been asking the ladies to do this. If you've been saying to the ladies this.
My ding-a-ling,
Well, I saw how much success he had. I saw how much success you had, and I thought, no.
Oh, you to blame. Oh, I never thought I'd open a Pitch Talk show in that way, but yeah, my weekend has been absolutely fantastic, and my last week has been pretty good too. So how about you?
You know, I say this.
10 months of misery come to an end?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The other thing I wanted to say, well, apart from that, I know I'm jubilant about that right now. No, overall, life's been good, man. Life is good, and you know, it's good to be back in the studio. Good to be back on Pitch Talk, and you know, good to be back with our Skypers, man. It's just, you know, it's fantastic right now. You know, as we say, the pitch is where we eat, the pitch is where we sleep, and the pitch is where we talk. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man.
And also, the pitch is where we say, why?
This act is over.
Yes. We're going to end up getting thrown off the air for it, but still, it's worth it. That act is over. This show is over.
My goodness.
Oh my God. Oh, that's quality. That's tremendous.
Shall we ask the Skypers that we have live joining us this evening on your Monday Night Football and Fix how their weeks and weekends have been while you recover
yes
from your interludes of, well, I'm not even going to say that.
Yes,
again.
I think we shall. What thing?
Oh my goodness.
That's where you were going.
I was trying to avoid it.
You didn't try hard enough. This guy. Just like Moyes didn't try hard. The Man United players didn't try hard enough. All season long.
Wait, we're going there already.
Oh yes, we are.
We're going there already.
Yes, we are.
I believe we have Mr. Russ Vernon and Mr. Tom Wood.
I think Moyes is at home doing.
Oh my goodness. In our Skype chat. Good evening. How have your weeks and weekends been? Russ, let's go to you first.
Well, thank you, Jezin. My weekends have been brilliant. Last weekend, on the 3rd of May, I was at Leeds, the Leeds v Derby game, and it finished 1-1. And then this weekend, just gonna watch Rotherham United play Preston North End in the playoffs, which also ended 1-1. And currently, I'm watching QPR v Wigan Athletic in the Sky Bet Championship.
Have you got a score update
and
from
we
that
can
game,
leave
Russ?
our goal to 0 so far.
All right. Who got the goal for Wigan?
1-0 Wigan. James Page, 9 minutes.
Thank you very much, Russ.
James Page after 9 minutes.
Keep us up to date with
now-
that one.
It is 1-0 on aggregate. Then in League 2, Fleetwood are playing York tonight to York, and I think over there, I think that's currently 0-0 as well.
Thank you
and
very
that's
much,
currently
Russ.
0-0, and that's the first leg.
Is Wigan v QPR? Is the second leg as boring as the first leg was? Because the first leg, I think, had like 3 chances on target all match between both teams. Cagey would be the way I'd put it. Steel cage. Okay. Russ,
I believe,
Russ, is
I believe-
Wigan
I believe the
QPR
answer
as
to
well?
that is yes.
All right.
No, it's not Liam. It's Wigan have had a penalty shout turned down, and QPR have had a few chances. And one headed over and one cleared off the line as well. So it's a brilliant opening start for this match at Loftus Road. QPR trail by a goal to 0 on the night, and a goal to 0 on aggregate. Should it be a score draw tonight, it will go to extra time as there's no away goals in the playoffs.
Good stuff, good stuff. Thank you for that. We've also got Tom Wood on the line, on the Skype line. Tom, how goes it, man? How's your week and weekend been since we last asked?
Well, Southend won the last not Saturday just gone, but the last Saturday Southend won 1-0, which was against Burton, but then they ended up playing Burton this weekend and lost 1-0. So more depressing. Losing 1-0 with Burton as well. But I was at the Burton game as well.
Yeah, nah, there ain't no depressing.
As well as having a football tournament on the Saturday and then going to Burton the following day. That was even more knackering.
It's one of them ones, man. Busy time.
I was supposed to be playing in a football tournament on the Sunday, but I said to my manager I'm off to Burton, and he said alright. But Saturday was even better because my team won the tournament, so it's all good.
We'll ask you a bit more about that in the grassroots as well, and also about Southend Burton too.
Right.
Good. You know what?
Didn't we just come away from a weekend? But you know what? I'm ready for this next weekend to go as well.
Is it?
I'm excited already.
You want to sing along?
I.
No, that's it. That's all.
For the weekend to begin. I can't wait for the weekend to begin. No, actually, no. I can't wait for Pitch Talk to begin.
We already begun.
Begin.
We've already begun.
Carry on. For I can't wait for Pitch Talk to carry on. I can't wait for G-Man to join us.
He's just opening the window, people.
On Mike.
The straight shooting one just let rip. So we're opening the window.
No, what? Hey, what the hell? What the hell?
Window open. You let rip. I'm just saying.
G-Man's having quite a tough time. You should have opened the video. I would have been quite funny. G-Man, how's your week and weekend been?
Not being too bad at all.
Looking forward to next week when we're going to be down on Wembley Way.
I can't wait for next weekend to begin.
Yeah! Oh, that's so good, man. That is true. That is true, Mendoza. We just. But all good, man. But you know what? It is time, baby. For us. Oh man, this is kind of an extended weekend, so it's one of them was
bank holiday.
No, that's not for another couple of weeks, is it?
Well, there was one recently. I'm just saying.
Yeah, good point. I'm just saying it's all.
As all.
There's 7 basic principles that go to make a pitch talk. So sit your bottoms down and have some knowledge dropped upon you. I was like, no, you know what? I don't know why I just thought of the Kwanzaa song from Futurama. I love that song. It's one of them was, you know. I've actually got an idea.
Oh
I've
no!
Got an idea.
Oh no! Don't encourage him, people.
It's literally just.
Don't y'all do it now.
I don't know why. It's literally.
Don't y'all do it now.
It's literally just come to me.
Oh dear.
It's not for me.
It's one of them was. There's 7 basic principles that go to make a pitch talk. I won't go through all of them because it'll take too long. We've got 3 co-hosts and the rest. And the Skypers, sit back down. We're going to tell you more. My favorite is LJA because he's a straight shooting one. We've also got the G-Man. He loves Arsenal to life. We've also got this Fizzle who loves Man United.
What?
But I don't speak Swahili. Something about a pine tree and an oil wrestling dealy. Because Man United lost. Losing interest there. Moyes best be rolling out. The most important thing. What's that, Moisey? And you best be breaking records. I'm sorry, you can tell I had nowhere to. You can tell I legitimately just had nowhere to go. I just thought, hey, spur of the moment idea. We're back, baby. Actually.
Oh, here we go.
Then again.
No, don't encourage him, people. I told you don't encourage him. This is what happens when he has a week off, people.
All we can say is about your Monday night footballing fixes. and for those who didn't hear it, hey, from all of us here at Pitch Talk, we'd like to say to you,
I'm back, baby.
Oh my goodness.
But you know
people
what?
don't encourage him. That's what I'm saying.
I love it. I don't even need encouragement. That's the worst thing.
Shall we move and groove?
Yeah, man. Shout outs to the first segment of the show, which is results and analysis. Icky wiki no results. It's results and analysis. I mean analysis. There we go. Even the G-Man is baffled by analysis. Oh my god. You know what? Yeah, the fact of the matter is we've been off for a week, so we're just gonna draw back a touch, and that wasn't actually a Jovino
stop it.
That was a pre-show joke that we were running.
Stop it.
What's big in your chest? You draw back. That is wrong. Even though what he says is wrong.
Even though what he does is wrong.
But it's one of them was
wrong. Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. Even though what he does is wrong. My goodness.
This one is Libby's. This one is so Libby's. Nah, that's
cold-blooded.
Oh my god, it's one of them ones. But we're gonna come back because we had obviously the last day of the championship season. Derby County, QPR, Wigan, and Brighton and Hove Albion were in the playoffs. Those were the final positions with Doncaster, Barnsley, and Yeovil Town going down to League One. But also, Wolves and Brentford were already promoted. Leyton Orient, Rotherham, Preston North End, and Peterborough were in the playoffs. Preston North End, wow, that was a brilliant goal. But anyway, it's one of them was Tranmere Rovers, Carlisle, Shrewsbury, and Stevenage went down. Sorry, Mike Harneman, but you went down as Notts County pulled off the great escape. So big shout out to James Pegg and Big T as well.
I thought that Mike Harneman was Arsenal fan. Does he not mean Arsenal?
He's been mocking the other way around.
No, I'm just like, aren't Arsenal in the FA Cup final like next weekend against Hull? I'm asking.
I'm just saying as well.
But also in Sky Bet League 2, you had Chesterfield, Scunthorpe, Rochdale being promoted, Fleetwood Town, Southend, Burton Albion, and York City in the playoffs with Bristol Rovers and Torquay going down. Down there. And Wycombe Wanderers surviving on goal difference. So it was one of them. It was an eventful last day in the Football League. Bear that in mind because we're going to come back to the playoff results in a second. But we start on a match that kind of summed up Liverpool's season in terms of euphoria and everything, and then just defensive lapses. Crystal Palace 3, Liverpool 3. Joe Allen scored on 18 minutes, his first goal for the club. Daniel Sturridge scored on 53 minutes, and Luis Suarez scored on 55 minutes. Don't know why you're laughing for, because your team still has to qualify for the Champions League. There you go. Hold the corner. There you go. Hold the corner. But anyway, Delaney scored on 79 minutes. And Dwight Gale, who's been in inspired form in the last 5 games, scored on 81 and 88 minutes. Liverpool basically with that match pretty much blew their title chances. Blew their title chances like Jenna Jameson. No, I can't finish that.
But
yeah, anyway.
Goodness.
Okay. But
I can't believe you were actually about to start that reference.
Start it, but I shan't.
Put it this way, right? You know, like how in my Pitch Talk Meet video, we meet the team, right? I say that Arsenal will capitulate. What happened right there was Liverpool capitulated. That's what happened. Let's call a spade a spade. Liverpool capitulated.
Yeah. In that match, we did. As long as you're not saying that in a mocking tone, then we're all good.
What happened? What happened? No. Let's look at what happened in this game, okay? In the 55th minute,
we were 2-0 up and cruising. Then we went 3-0 up, and we were just going for goals. That was the worst thing. We were
going for goals. But no, seriously, right? You guys 3-0 up, okay? For all intents and purposes, home, right? Showered, okay? Had a shave. Did the other thing that you do when you do the 3 S's, right? And literally, yeah, I went there.
Take out the papers and the trash. Boom, boom.
So literally, right?
Oh,
Yakety yak. Don't talk back. Anyway,
I knew someone again. Colgate advert. No. Take out the papers in the trash for Colgate advert.
One of them cheesy chicks.
Yeah.
One of them cheesy adverts they used to have back in the day.
oh my god,
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
It's like Sillet Bang. It's like Sillet Bang. Like,
and bang, and the Dutch is gone. But literally, that's what happened with Liverpool. And bang, and the lead literally started to go away. I mean,
be careful with your mockage before
I'm
I
not
start.
mocking. I'm analyzing what happened in this game. I am not
And
mocking.
You seem to be taking pleasure in it.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
What? Your misery, your heartbreak, while you watch that 3-0 lead just disappear literally into thin air, right? Are you telling me I'm not supposed to enjoy that?
No.
I tell you how I felt, right? I'm gonna hold on to this microphone. I will tell you. Okay?
With both hands around my microphone.
You need Jesus. No, seriously. No, I tell you how I felt. Felt like Kevin Keegan back in 1996. I did. I'll be honest. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I did. Just because, right?
Because I've been mocking you for 10 months.
No, not just that. Not just that. It was that you were so close. I tell you what it was. All right. To sum it up and then to let you finish up your analysis, it was Arsenal-esque.
Yeah, against Newcastle. It was.
Mate,
Arsenal. You lot had a 4-0 lead and let it go against Newcastle.
Thank you very much, people. I'm here all week. Good night.
So it's one of them. There's one of them ones. So hey,
it was Arsenal-esque. But anyway, over to you.
Yeah, it was Arsenal-esque. But the fact of the matter is, we should have seen this game out comfortably, and it cost us. It cost us dearly. I mean, Suarez's tears,
which were absolutely hilarious, by the way.
Same with Man United's whole season. But anyway.
No, hey, come on.
It has been.
Come on. Who didn't enjoy Luis Suarez crying like that?
I didn't.
This is my question. Everybody loved that stuff.
Just like everybody loved you placing 7th and having no European football next year.
Which is also true. I won't deny that. People did love that. But here's the thing, right? Look, I had this discussion literally just telling the last week, okay? I'll be honest. I feel terrible for Steven Gerrard. I really do. I feel for him. Yes.
Why do I not believe you?
No, I feel terrible for him just because, right? He knew, and he still knows deep down in his heart, this was the best chance he will ever have.
You can say best damn in a continent. It was. I can smell what
No, seriously.
Headphones dropped off.
It really was.
Dropped off.
His best opportunity to actually, get that Premier League.
I wouldn't. It's one of them ones. We're gonna come back stronger. We're gonna come back stronger next year because obviously we're gonna add reinforcement. So it's one. So it's one of them ones. I think we'll be challenging again next year. It was a great opportunity this year. No lie.
It was the best opportunity ever.
Not ever. Best opportunity since 2009 when we were second by 4 points.
Ever.
When we were second by 4 points.
Ever.
What?
Best opportunity in 25 years.
No, best opportunity in 5 actually, but yeah.
I'm telling you, dude.
2009.
I'm telling you, dude.
2009.
All I have to say.
Hey, wait, hold on.
It's your best opportunity in 25 years.
All I'm saying is you best hope your boys win the FA Cup or.
What are you gonna be like, Martin? Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you're gonna do?
Rightfully, if we don't win the FA Cup, you guys are gonna come on the show and you're gonna humiliate me.
Hey, come on.
I fully understand.
No.
I fully understand why.
You're gonna get humiliation like them guys who pay for dominatrixes.
Wow.
All I want to say.
Wow. Actually, I really cannot believe you went there.
What I want to say is to you, Mr. Angel.
You ain't heard my match report yet.
There were so many of your fans out there that were singing, "We are gonna win the league."
Yeah.
This was like from a month, 2 months ago. We are gonna win the league.
Right,
they started printing out T-shirts. They started having Bill Shankly posters with Brendan Rodgers and all sorts with like.
I don't know.
Spirit of Shankly inside Brendan Rodgers.
I didn't see that.
I'll find you a picture on Twitter in about 10 seconds, but just give me a chance, yeah? And you had 5 games left please just talk us over the last 5 games. Like, what happened?
Wow.
Like, just tell me what happened. Like,
Wow.
5 games.
Talk me over the past 9 years.
I
Wow.
don't need to talk you over the past 9 years. You know the past 9 years. The past 9
Wow.
years was put in context in your last 5 games.
Actually, hey,
No, that's fair dues.
no,
As an analogy, that's fair dues.
that is a good
actually
point.
fair dues as
That's
an
a very
analogy.
good point. But no, literally,
So you're trying to say we're specialists in failure like Arsenal then?
No.
Wow.
Chelsea are specialists in failures. Let's put it like that.
Touche. Good point.
Yeah.
Hey, Jose. Hey, Jose. How many trophies have you won? I'll give you a clue. It's a round number.
this guy.
With that squad you got, you walked away with nothing. You have the £50 million J-Bone, and you walked away with nothing. Yeah, well done. Well done, son. Well done, Jose. If there's a couple of bits of scant consolation in this season, it's the fact that long term we've set ourselves up nicely. The thing is.
But what? Hang on a minute.
I'm gonna. You know.
Wait,
what?
wait, no,
You know
no,
what?
no,
The
wait, no,
long-term
wait.
ramifications of the season. I'm gonna come back to.
Because I'm
after
like,
the Newcastle.
what? Why are you?
I'm gonna come.
Why
I'm
are
gonna
you
come back.
clinging on to this consolation prize right about now? You know what I want you to do? Okay, after you're done, you know, with your water bottle, you put your water bottle down, you get comfortable, or should I say, you get comfortable, right? Comfortable. Okay, I want you to be real for just a second, okay? And look, I'm holding on to the microphone with 2 hands. I want you to be real for a
He's gonna
second.
dash it.
Like he's caressing it.
I want you to be real for just a
I
second.
understand a microphone is phallic in shape, but come on. Man.
No, I just want you to be real for a second and admit, okay? Admit.
Someone's going to be offended by the
that-
word phallic, by the way.
Yeah, somebody is. But literally, I want you to just admit that you were believing, okay? Like literally, you were listening to Journey, okay, the last 5 weeks and be like, don't stop believing, because you really felt you were gonna do it. You knew in your heart.
Wait,
Come on.
but hold on. But then hold up. But then you had Man United all season who were like, don't stop failing. You had Man United doing that. So it was one of them ones.
I have got a serious point I want to bring up, and I brought it to your attention last week. Brendan Rodgers, I personally think he got it wrong. He got it wrong
In
the
that
Chelsea
match, yes.
He
Shouldn't
got
have
it wrong
brought
in
on
the Crystal
Moses.
Palace
When
match.
Moses came on, I was like, no. What is Aga dead? Is he injured? What's going on?
Is Aga dead?
No, but it's like, we should have shut up shop. We should have brought on an extra defender. Victor Moses, apart from the game against Swansea earlier in the season, has done bugger all. So he can bugger off back to Chelsea. I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
It's
he's
one
not
of them.
off the required
It's one of them was, what's it? Ali Sissoko's going back. Victor Moses is going back. Yeah, surprise. What's this? Alan Smith on Sky Sports stating the obvious. We could see that or coming a mile away. It's one of them. It's like Ashley Cole being left out of the World Cup squad. Was it really a surprise? We'll get onto that in a minute. But
I'll be honest, to me it was. I personally would have taken it.
To me it was.
But going back to the point.
But the fact of the matter is, from 3-0 up, we flopped. Pure and simple. You can't sugarcoat it. There is no sugarcoating.
So would you call it a capitulation?
Yeah, I would.
Would you say that you?
But a complete capitulation. Jesse,
Would you say that you choked?
Jesse Fizzle. Jesse Fizzle.
Would you say that you choked?
Jesse Fizzle was just proudly summing up Manchester United's whole season. But anyway, you had to expect
you
that.
got jokes.
You had to expect
got jokes. No, I was
You had
summing
to
up the
expect
last
that.
5 weeks.
But
When
the fact of
Steven
the matter
Gerrard
is-
famously says, guys, we can't let this slip. And then what happens to him? Oh, wait, he slips. And then what happens against Crystal Palace? Oh, wait, banana skin. It's actually Mario Kart 64 if you don't believe it.
Hold on. Wait. So if that was
Banana skin.
Wait. So if that was a
Banana skin.
So if that was a banana skin, you lot must have been hit by about five blue shells at the beginning of the season.
I'm just listen.
Mate, you got hit by the leader missiles at the beginning of the season
On
Wario Stadium, dropped down and never recovered.
All I'm saying was,
All you can hear is the music. Dun, 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 dun. When you place outside the trophy places. Man, it's one of them ones.
No, that was good. That was good. That
Oh, this is one of them ones.
I won't even lie.
Wait, where is it? Where is it?
Oh,
Where is it?
damn.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But this is Man United. Swansea going along nicely against Swansea City. Couple of other nice little results at the beginning of the season. And then Man United season just tailed off.
Oh dear. Okay.
And then the sacking of David Moyes. I told you, but I did warn you. I was like,
I say it's coming off something. Wes, please get this in, please.
Yeah.
Please.
You'll get that as well. You'll get that as well. After Arsene Wenger saying it, on Friday's press conference, I saw it on ITV News. Yeah, we were the longest team at the top of the league. We won the Stamina Trophy. Mate, you don't win no trophy for that. I put it in WhatsApp. I recorded it and put it in WhatsApp. Wenger was like, yeah, we won. We won the Stamina Trophy. It's like, Brethren, you don't win a trophy.
No,
unless you're top in May, you don't win a trophy.
On a serious note, I want to shout out one of my good friends, Destiny. He's the real Stamina Daddy, by the way. I just want to point that out.
I'm not even gonna ask where that came from.
He's a DJ.
No, I hear Stamina Daddy, and I'm thinking of something else.
What are you thinking of?
I'm not gonna tell you.
What are you thinking of?
I'm not gonna tell
Boy, you need Jesus. Or should I say, Jesus?
Jesus is Lord. I don't care. I don't care about Man United. But it's all that was. But yeah, the fact is we botched. It was one of them ones.
You botched.
It was one of them ones.
It was an epic collapse, bro.
By the way, to Tottenham Hotspur, who thought they were funny putting out a tweet trying to mock Liverpool. You've been specialists in failure for about the past 40 or 50 years. So it's one of them was. The fact of the matter is you've placed in the top 4 once. So the fact of the matter is, stay classy, Tottenham Hotspur. Well done. Our Vine was hacked. No, it wasn't. Kurt Angle had the same excuse when he said he'd bang up CM Punk. So, from what I saw on Botchamania, and it's like my account was hacked. No, it wasn't, mate. No, it wasn't. It's one of them ones. All I can say, Tottenham mocking anyone in terms of capitulation is hilarious. It's one of them ones. I will say this, and this is completely me as a Liverpool supporter right now saying this.
With the lava bird upon your chest, yeah?
Yeah, you're damn right with the lava bird upon my chest. The fact of the matter is, Tottenham Hotspur, 100 million, and you've dropped 2 places. Congratulations on the whole of your season being capitulation. Remember 5-0 at the Lane? Yeah, we remember that because it cost one of your managers his job. Thank you very much. Good night, Tottenham Hotspur. Anyway, moving along swiftly, let's go to Tuesday, 6th of May, 2014. Jezzy, your result.
Man United 3, Hull City 1. Wilson on his debut opening the scoring after 31 minutes, getting his brace on 61 minutes before Fryatt got Hull City back in the game after 63 minutes. And then Robin Van Persie actually rounded up the scoring on 86 minutes. And all I have to say about this one is it was a result. I mean, congratulations to Wilson on a fantastic debut. Youngest player to score on his debut since Wayne Rooney, as a little stat to throw out for all of you stat fans. But I mean, let's be honest, it's inconsequential. Hull's got an eye on the FA Cup final against Arsenal, where realistically they're going into Europe anyway.
And United have got nothing, so we have to cue the tune.
Wow.
United season came to a quiet end.
Wow. Wow.
But you know what? This Wilson kid, like everyone's hype. I was hearing hype, like
Mr. Wilson.
Yeah. Or in Man United's case, no. Man United, no. Europe.
This guy. I still say that Liverpool choked, but anyway.
Who's in Champions League next season? You got to be in it to win.
Come on, dude.
Hey, G-Man.
Will you
Hey,
stop?
G-Man. Wait,
Will
G-Man.
you stop holding on to this consolation prize?
Hey, G-Man. What's the line you've been saying? You got to be in it to win it. And Man
be in it to
United
win
ain't,
it.
and Man United ain't in nothing next season.
Will you stop holding on to this consolation prize?
How the tables have turned. How the tables have turned. Wait,
I'm just saying,
wait.
be honest, yeah? You're hurting right now. That's what I'm saying. You're hurting.
Yep. Here we go. Yep. Man United. Got one question. What will they do?
Oh my goodness.
Next season they will flop again. What will they do? Man United will get Van Gaal and still flop up.
Wow.
All I wanna do is say I hope it happens.
Wow.
Under Moisey, usually flop, usually use.
Oh, stop it.
No matter how bad our season was in some moronic people's eyes, there's always someone who's a lot worse off. Tottenham and Man United, thank you for fulfilling that role.
Wow.
My name is Straight Shooting LJA, and I support Liverpool. Thank you very much.
This guy.
Former, 25 more times, former champions of the league.
What?
I'm just saying, Liverpool, former champions of the league. Former.
All I'm saying is beat Hull, then we might talk.
Former.
Beat Hull. Make sure you beat Hull. You want to make sure Arsenal beat Hull. That's all I'm saying. But Wilson, these comparisons to like Ronaldo, Rooney, after one match where he scored twice. All right, fine. He's back to brace, but the overhype was amazing. Amazingly moronic, but amazing all the same.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm like, look, let's see him, first and foremost, play in the first team on a regular basis. And then number two, after he plays in the first team on a regular basis, okay, let's see him perform at that level on a regular basis. So until that happens, let's not go there. That's what I want to say about that. The other thing that I do want to say, though, it was good to see so many young players playing in that game. It was good to see Ryan Giggs come on.
Adnan Yapsai was playing, wasn't he?
It was good to see.
Januzaj.
You stop. It was good to see Ryan Giggs come on late in the game as well, for his swan song, I suppose.
Well, he is Welsh, so I guess a swan.
I see what you've done there. That is just terrible.
I'd fire my writers on that line.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Each and every one of them. Send them their P45s. That's what I'm saying. As I say,
I'm not Vince McMahon. But yeah, anyway.
But overall, as I say, it was a game that really didn't mean anything. No, let's be honest.
Just like every Man United game since September.
This guy. This guy. But
Carry on, son.
No, I just want to point out that the games that mattered the most is where Liverpool choked.
Mate, but you didn't have any games that mattered, so
no. But the thing
if you
was,
live in a glass house, don't throw stones.
I'm just saying you did, and you didn't live up to the hype. That's what I'm saying.
Mate, what hype? Our target was to get fourth. Mate.
Oh, come on.
What? It's true.
Will you let go of this? The target was fourth place. We've
Mate,
done
it
better
was.
than fourth place. The season was great. Listen, you were this close.
Yeah.
This close to winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you let it slip away.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. And you let everything slip away by September. What's your point?
My point is, you should have won, you could have won, and you didn't.
Well, we don't live.
And you can tell you what if I said that too, fat boy.
All right, Rick. I was gonna say we don't live.
Whoa!
I was gonna say we don't live in the world of ifs, buts, and maybes.
Exactly. Which means,
because
if we're being honest, you flopped.
Because if
you flopped.
Because if Man United were better, maybe they would have placed in the top four, but they didn't.
Flopped.
Thank you.
Flop. I'm just saying.
But our next result is Wednesday, 7th of May 2014. Manchester City 4, Aston Villa 0. Edin Dzeko scoring on 64 minutes, 72 minutes as well. Jovetic scored on 89 minutes, and Yaya Toure scored it in stoppage time on the 93rd minute to pretty much put one hand on the title for Manchester City after Liverpool's capitulation on Monday. And that does hurt me to say. But anyway, Sunderland at the other end, Sunderland 2, West Brom 0. Jack Colback opened in the scoring on 13 minutes. Nice goal, by the way. With Fabio Borini scoring on 31. So Sunderland confirmed themselves safe. West Brom were pretty much all but safe. And Norwich were down.
Down where?
Slap down. God, no, slap down. But all you can say, all you gotta say about Norwich, about Norwich this season is, boy, well, it's a case of I've got to let Delia ask.
Oh wow.
I've got to let I've actually got to let I've almost got to let Delia ask the question. It's one of them ones you got to ask that to the Norwich team, from Alexander Tetty.
Oh my goodness.
To John Ruddy, to Van Wolfswinkel. Actually, Van Wolfswinkel deserves. It's one of them ones. We need to ask Ricky Van Wolfswinkel that, because he was bought for what, like 8 million, and scored he scored like 1 goal since September.
Wow.
Man, that's worse than the £50 million J-Bron, but at least they can say they only spent 8 million on him.
That's true.
It's one of them ones.
On the flip side to all of that, though, you know what? Congratulations, Sunderland. When you're talking about, right, and I think the best way for me to describe this is a renaissance.
A what?
Renaissance.
I like it.
That's what it was, because literally, okay, this is a team where, you know, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, you're saying this season is done and dusted. They're going down where?
Yeah.
Down there to the championship, literally. Okay, and they've had an amazing run. Had an absolutely amazing run. And now, right, you have to ask the question of, will the real Sunderland please stand up? No, you have to ask the question, just because, like, where has this Sunderland been all season?
Or shall we ask Sunderland, in terms of the first half of the season? It was one of them ones for the first half of the season. We were asking that about Sunderland in the league. We were asking that. But hey, they're safe.
But you know, going back to Man City and Aston Villa briefly.
Yeah.
You know,
City were looking frustrated. Like when I switched on to that on like 62 minutes, 2 minutes, and City were looking frustrated. 2 minutes later, bang, goal. It's like, oh, damn. It's like, I wish I hadn't turned on.
Bang, and the goal is in. Literally.
One of them was Ryan Bertrand. Ryan Bertrand for me at fault for both of them, because both goals came from his side. But one was one of them.
But yeah, I mean,
I was glad we didn't take him on loan, man.
All right. It was a performance of champions. That's what it was.
It was.
That's what you need to do. So you know, if we go back a couple of days to the Liverpool game, it really is a stark contrast.
Very, very much so. But the fact is, I'm gonna hold that point for a bit later. I'm actually gonna hold that point for a bit later.
That's right.
Let's move on to.
That's right. You hold on to that point, boy.
Mate, you better hold a corner after your season.
You better hold on to that point, boy.
G-Man, would you like to have a top 4 conversation? Because Gerald will need to see his way out of it. It's going to be like this all night. Buckle up, peeps.
Really?
Yes, really.
This guy.
Nah. Yeah. So there was. But let's move on to Thursday, 8th of May 2014, the Championship playoff. Brighton 1, Derby County 2. Jesse Lingard scored on 18 minutes, but Chris Martin scored a penalty on 29 minutes. It was a Stonewall penalty. I think it was Matty. I think it was Matty Upset. No, not the Coldplay. It was broken up with Gwyneth Paltrow. Don't ask me how I know that, but yeah.
It was,
This
what's it,
was-
a mutual uncoupling, but anyway.
Mutual uncoupling. What are we talking about? Train carriages.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uncoupling.
All I'm saying is this: my favorite seasons of Thomas the Tank Engine ever were the ones voiced by Ringo Starr. That's all I'm saying.
Bombers, yes.
That's all I'm saying.
my
All-
God.
anything else just isn't Thomas the Tank Engine. It just isn't. I'm sorry.
Don't test me on Thomas the Tank Engine, mate. Also asked my mum. I was fanatical about it at one point. I even had the Big Thomas toy as well. I was heartbroken when I lost it. But yeah, it was one of them ones. It was Thomas the Tank Engine and Power Rangers. I got bought a huge black Ranger and ended up leaving it on the train.
Did you miss out on Postman Pat though? I'm just saying.
No, I didn't. Actually. How the hell did we get the Thomas?
Postman Pat was gangster. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this black and white cat.
That's what I'm saying.
Lucky it wasn't a black.
Early in the morning.
Luckily it wasn't
just
a black.
This day is dawning. Pat fills all his post bags in his man. But no, we're not going into that, people. We're not.
Oh my God, we already did.
Everybody knows this bright red van. All the birds are smiling as he waits to greet them. Maybe
Get
you can never be
ready
sure.
for good old Okie Doke. Get ready for good old Mr. Okie Doke. I love that theme. I love that theme too. Oh my God. Oh, I love it. Tom Wood has said, "What about Tots TV and Rosie and Jim?" Rosie and Jim, I didn't mind. Tots TV, I was a bit too grown for it.
Yeah,
That was more my little sisters.
Yeah. Rosie and Jim, yeah. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That was the only time where I thought actually being on a canal boat would be kind of awesome.
Yeah,
that
is true. That is actually true. It was one of them ones where it's like, yeah, it's good.
And then of course, you have some people who are big Fireman Sam fans as well. Personally,
Noddy.
Oh,
Noddy.
Stop it!
He's a little boy with a red and yellow car.
If you want to go
Noddy,
straight gangster,
Noddy.
right? That's what Noddy was. I'm like, what? No, but let's be honest. What was there that Noddy didn't have? He was like, he was almost like Batman.
In a red car.
No, come on. He was like Batman. What did Noddy not have? I'm just saying. He had some gangster tech. That's what I'm keeping it real.
Oh my
I'm
God!
keeping it real. It's
Oh
not,
no! Tom
has
just put it in the Skype chat. Pingu. Let's go.
Oh
wow! Pingu was hilarious. You did not know what he was saying, but he was hilarious. It was like what?
But speaking of not knowing, right, what they were saying, you could have said that about any of the adults, right, in the Charlie Brown and Snoopy show.
Wow!
Like literally, what were they saying? What? I'm like, let's be real.
Let me start bringing up cow and chicken.
Oh, stop it!
Oh my God! One of them was. You know, yeah. Big welcome to Wayne Schumann, who's in the Skype chat, and one of his first lines was "Hello, Rusticals." I'm not even gonna go.
Wow! Wow!
That's a great nickname.
Yeah,
that is a great nickname. It makes me worry about orange ones, but yeah. Anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, Brighton v Derby. Thomas Kuszczak own goal in first half stoppage time was hilarious. Speculative shot, I think it was from Chris Martin. Speculative shot came back off the woodwork, hit Thomas Kuszczak and went in. Fuming. Utterly fuming. But that was a really good game actually. Brighton v Derby County quality in the Championship, Sky Bet Championship playoff first leg. You know what? Our next result is Wigan 0, QPR 0. Not a great deal to report from that on Friday night for May 2014. So we'll move on quite swiftly because there were barely any chances in that game. I think there were like 3 chances between both teams all game in a very cagey match. So it's one of them. But Saturday 10th of May 2014, Oh my God. Peterborough 1, Leyton Orient 1. Brett Assombalonga scoring on 16 minutes, one of the top scorers in Sky Bet League 1 in the scoring in the playoffs, and Odebajo scoring on 72 minutes to equalise. Now, if you want to talk about a team falling off, Leyton Orient and Arsenal were quite similar.
Wow.
In terms of no, because Orient spent a long time top
Stamina champs.
in League 1.
Stamina
They
champs.
spent a good half season. When we interviewed John Sitton, I think that was in December, Orient was still top and flying. But apparently they had like a squad of 16, so it was always going to catch up with them.
Yeah.
But then, hey, Wolves rose like the phoenix from the ashes, and Brentford as well, man, finally securing automatic promotion. It's one of them ones. Big shout out to Pete Snell, actually. Snellers, what's up? It's one of them ones. The fact of the matter is, Brentford finally getting automatic promotion.
And then, of course, we had Preston 1, Rotherham 1, with Ravel opening the score after 21 minutes, and Garner getting the equaliser after 49 minutes.
Tell me you saw Joe Garner's equaliser on 49 minutes. Because if you ain't seen it, we need to punch that up and get you to see it.
All right, I'm going to punch that up.
We ain't, you know what, Joe Garner, we ain't even having a laugh. Goal of the season contender comfortably. That is not even embellishment either. It is one of them ones. Goal of the season contender. Joe Garner, Preston North End v Rotherham, the equaliser. Watch it and tell me that's not a goal of the season. Because if I've seen a better goal than that this season, I'd be lying. I mean, it's one of them ones. Boom. Oh! One, two, three. He deserves to brush that dirt off his shoulder because boy,
Take
one,
a bow,
two,
son.
3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, Garner scored.
Take a bow.
Look at
That is all I can say.
Technique to a T.
Techers.
Technique
And I'm
to
not
a T.
even talking about the Rihanna song.
I'm sorry, but that's the best goal I've seen all season.
Take a bow.
I'm sorry, but mate, that's just
special.
That's amazing.
That is special.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I'd like to say Ibrahimovic's goal, the overhead kick was quality, but Joe Garner for me, technique dripping out of his butt cheeks on that one. And
Dripping out of where?
Dripping out of his butt cheeks.
Booty butt cheeks. I had to do it.
I got way too many cars in my driveway. What about it? Oh, I can't say it. But it's one that was.
It's terrible and terrible.
See, that's how terrible it is in Terrible. You got to choose between clothes, between eating and between eating and clothes, and the dude just walks past Starkers. But you know what? Yeah, Tom
Eating
Wood,
a turkey burger
in the back of the Maybach.
This is Burger King music.
If a woman ever says, "Oh, no man will ever know what it's like having a protruding underwire on a bra," one of my mates on Facebook actually said that, and I was like, Rick Ross would know.
My goodness.
It's one of them was man. Triple D's. That is to me.
Wow. I thought you was gonna say something like Triple G's.
Oh. Nah, that's the D's.
Just saying.
Man. Oh, dude, man's trying to say he's got a pack of sausages in the back of his neck.
Oh, what? No, here's the thing, right? It's where he says that he's gonna put like 8 chains where his neck's at, right? no, but this is it. But
they're gonna have to be bicycle chains.
I'm just, but he's
back locks.
No, but the thing that worries me about that line, right? He doesn't say where his neck is at. He says where his neck's at. Is in. There's more than one neck. That's all I'm saying.
More than one neck. He's got about 10 chins. Of course, he's got more than one neck.
This is what I'm saying. I'm just like, how many chains is that?
Triple chin.
Oh, stop it.
Triple chin and double D's. Sitting in the back of my Maybach. Watching my cholesterol level rise.
Is he talking about himself or his date? I'm just saying.
Oh,
I had to ask that.
I've heard of Mr. D's, but still.
Put some D's on it. Ain't no hood ninja, just a ninja from the hood.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? It's one that was Wayne Schuman's funny, by the way. Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm gonna come back to that. Tom Wood wanted to say something about Britus Omolonga.
Yeah, he got player of the season at Peterborough in his first season, which I'm quite happy for him, to be honest.
Hey.
But hopefully he just keeps on banging in the goals now. And then if he keeps on doing well, I reckon he'll eventually get a call up for his country. Like he's from Congo, I reckon he'll get called up for Congo.
They're actually, you know what? It's interesting you mentioned the Democratic Republic of Congo, because there was, with that, we'd like to send our condolences here at Pitch Talk to the 15 people who died and the 50 who were injured in an accident that actually happened out there. So yeah, it's one of them. Was just a bit of a side note, but yeah.
Yeah, like Britt's being watched by quite a lot of big clubs at the moment. Like Nottingham Forest are looking at him at the moment. I know that.
Yeah.
But I think he needs to keep it like start League One at the moment and keep him building his development up. And then if he keeps doing well, a big offer might come in for him, and then they might take it.
No, it's a good shout. No, that is a good shout.
Well, another big shout out is going to Corey Woodrow for getting his first goal against Fulham, for Fulham on Sunday. Sorry.
Definitely. You know, one thing. Speaking of Championship sides, actually, Russ Vernon, have you got a half-time update for us?
Yes, in the Sky Bet Championship second leg in the playoffs between QPR and Wigan Athletic, it is 1-0 to Wigan. That James Page goal in the first half on 9 minutes with the only goal there. And also in the League Two playoffs this evening, York are losing by a goal to Fleetwood. Matty Blair, the former York striker, getting the goal. Ruben Crescent on his return there.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff as well, Lemos. Let's shift on to more playoff action, this time in League Two, as it happens. Burton Albion 1, Southend 0. This is from Sunday, May the 11th, 2014. McGurk getting the only goal on 45 minutes. Tom Wood, you were actually at this game, weren't you? Burton Albion v Southend in the Sky Bet League Two playoff.
Yeah, you forgot the red card.
Let us know about it. We were going to throw that to you.
Well, basically, I would say it wasn't even a red card, because the first yellow card wasn't even a yellow card, because he basically hit his arm. No, hit his shoulder and then it hit his arm. But the second one was a yellow. It should have been sent off then, but not on Ben booked. He should have been shown a straight red card, but we got cheated out of that game. The stewards were like being bad as usual.
Yeah.
But we're still a good game, but I think we're still back in it. If we get the early goal this Saturday,
yeah,
I reckon we can still do it. But we're giving the the Brighton fans only started singing just when they scored, and then the rest of the game they didn't even sing. We just sat outside singing the whole 90 minutes. Swaz got a voice to talk tonight. It was knackering though.
It sounds like it was worth going to though, and plus there's still the second leg, so there's still a chance.
Yeah, and plus we had a banner before the game with saying no to League 3. There was a massive banner in our stand, and we was chanting that we didn't win it.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm surprised you didn't see it. I'm surprised they put the camera on it.
Well, that was
right at the start.
They don't want to bring attention to protests.
Yeah. Well, we'll get rid of it.
It's one of them ones. Apparently there was some protesting that Newcastle fans tried to do, but allegedly placards and posters were getting confiscated. Allegedly. We didn't ever get any proof of that. But Sky Bet Championship. Derby County 4, Brighton 1. Will Hughes scoring on 34 minutes. Martin scoring on 56 minutes. Fawn scoring on 76 minutes. Hendrick scoring on 87 minutes. And Kazenga Luar scoring on 89 minutes. So one half of the championship, Sky Bet Championship playoff final is set. Derby County are in it. So it's one of them. But Sunday, May 11th was the last day of the Barclays Premier League. But before we move on to that, we feel that the Premier League and the powers that be, the FA, should really have commemorated the 29th anniversary of the Bradford City Stadium fire. We mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. It was one of them was rest in peace to the 56 who lost their lives at that. And the fact of the matter is, you know what? We'd like to take a minute now just to give a minute's silence for those 56 who perished in the Bradford City fire. So you know what? We're going to pause this track and do it. Well observed, peeps. Well observed. It is one of them was well. I mean, like we've said before in regards to other tragedies, it is a case of Rushburn has mentioned the Leeds fan died that day as well. It's a case of no one should go to football and not come back. It's one of them. There have been sweeping changes made in health and safety at football, and it was just perplexing. And Dave Meir, aka at Mercy on Twitter, who also blogs for us as well, actually was like, you know what, it's actually disgraceful that there's not a minute's silence to commemorate that as well, because hey, it's a tragedy is a tragedy no matter where it happens and no matter who it happens to. So it's one of them. You know what, May the 11th was the last day of the Barclays Premier League. And we're going to start with Cardiff 1, Chelsea 2. Craig Bellamy scoring on 15 minutes, but Andre Schürrle scored on 72 minutes and Fernando Torres scored on 75 minutes. Fulham 2, Crystal Palace 2. Dwight Gale scoring on 28 and 84 minutes, keeping up his very good scoring run recently. Corley Woodrow scored on 61 minutes, and David scored on 94 minutes. Callum David, I think that is. But you know, Hull City 0, Everton 2. James McCarthy scoring on 9 minutes and Romelu Lukaku scoring on 45 minutes. A man who is no longer a looky-likey of one of our co-hosts.
No, he's not.
Couple right over the track. But Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. And Martin Skrtel own goal opened the scoring on 20 minutes and had a lot of Liverpool fans were fearing the worst, but it was always like, yeah, we're going to come back. It's Newcastle. Come on. That goal was against the runner player. They had done bugger all since. But we looked limp and lethargic up until Daniel Agger scored on 63 minutes from a Gerrard free kick. Carbon copy goal that Sturridge scored 2 minutes later on 65 minutes, and that was how it ended up staying, giving Liverpool a win, a last hurrah in front of the Kop. But that result was not good enough to win them the title, because they would have had to have hoped for West Ham to do a job at the Etihad, which they couldn't do, but they frustrated Man City for 39 minutes, and Samir Nasri scored on 39 minutes. Speculative effort, but a very, very good goal. Slide rule, if you will. With Vinny Kompany scoring the second goal after slapdash defending in the box in the second half to round it out. So, it must be said, the winners of this match and new Barclays Premier League champions, Manchester City. Manchester City. Congratulations to Man City on winning the 2013-2014 Premier League. Fact of the matter is, over 38 games, they deserved it. They ended up
That is
deserving
true.
it. And I would like to say, like I said in my blog at pitchtalk.blogspot.co.uk/pitchtalk.blogspot.com, fact of the matter is, and like I've said to a couple of other people, fact of the matter is, with their resources, it should never have been that close. And in theory, it should have been them and Chelsea challenging for those top 2 positions, like everyone predicted. Alan Shearer went for Chelsea at the beginning of the season. Most other people went for Manchester City. So it was one of them ones where, for my lot, I'm proud of this season. To be perfectly honest, 2013-2014 season has given me some memories that I will never ever forget. Going up to Anfield for the first time for the in celebration of the '96 game, that was amazing. Like I've said in my blog, scoring my first goal for Ibis, amazing. So this season will have fond memories. It won't be one of them what might have been seasons like some morons will go, like the short-termist morons will be looking at in terms of the moronic minority of Liverpool supporters that there are out there. Fact of the matter is, target set at the beginning of the season, 4th place, get back in the Champions League, did that comfortably. Capitulated in terms of the league. All right, that's an interesting one. Capitulated in terms of the league right at the end, but we had actually done well especially in terms of December, which wasn't our best month. We'd fallen off the pace, but then we did well to get back. We did well to get back into it. So a lot of these players that we've got in our side, similar to Arsenal over the past few years, are under the age of 23. So they've got years before they hit their prime, comfortable 3, 4, 5 years in some cases before they hit anywhere near their prime. So it's one of them ones where it's got to be very, very interesting. I mean, we're still cleaning up messes from previous regimes. So the fact of the matter is, Man City ended up deserving it. You can't concede 50 goals, which is only about, I think, 14 less than the Ibis 4s conceded, and we got beaten 13-2 in one match over 18 games. We conceded 64 goals. But the fact of the matter, it is. But the fact of the matter is, this was a season that no Liverpool fan could ever say they would have predicted in terms of challenging for the league title. Considering from seventh to challenging in one season, nobody expected it, much less me. But hey, it was one of them. I wasn't one of those Liverpool fans getting carried away and saying we're definitely going to do it. It's a done deal, and there's audio and video proof of that. Remember when you were saying a few weeks ago? You said a few weeks ago, oh, how much are you going to cover yourself? Well, it's one of them ones. I was cautious in my approach. So hey. But the fact of the matter is,
thank you, Rick James.
It's an R. But the fact of the matter is, we've done very well this season. It will have a boost in terms of the caliber of players we can go for, being that we can offer Champions League football. The money that comes from the Champions League football, which Man United will be missing next season.
Nice.
But that was part of the reason that Moyes was sacked, because of missing out on the Champions League, missing targets. So what I was leading to is the fact that we not only achieved our targets, we exceeded them comfortably. So any Liverpool supporter who thinks this has been a flop of the season is a short-termist moron and needs to look at a thing called wider context. We've got the Anfield Stadium redevelopment finally about to go ahead after getting tit botched that more than Scott Steiner botches promos. So it's one of them ones. More than Vince McMahon and the WWE bloody botched the invasion angle. So the fact of the matter is, looking back on it, yeah, there is the whole what might have been thing, but I'm happy with how we've done this season. We'll come back just like the Ibis 4s. We'll come back next season stronger. So All good.
You know what? Just touching on that. I just want to jump on.
It does hurt to lose the league in the way we did, by the way. I'm not going to sugarcoat
Oh,
that.
well,
Good.
And
I'm not going to hide it.
I was waiting for you to
I'm not-
say
I'm
that.
not gonna- I'm
I
not
really
gonna
was
hide
because you was like,
I'm
well,
not gonna-
we
Wait,
exceeded
wait.
expectations and we qualified for Europe, and
We
that
did,
was
but
that
I
was the
said-
goal
but-
from the start of the season, and
but
I wasn't
I said-
believing. I wasn't like, don't stop believing.
Wait, hold on. We
For all my
hold on.
street life people.
Hold on. Why haven't? Why, hold
We
on.
need to get you singing that. We need
Hold
to
on.
get
Hold
you
on.
singing more.
Why haven't you got a
Don't
manager?
stop.
You want to mock us in terms of
What?
we're
No,
bleating
no,
on
no,
about
no,
exceeding
no,
targets.
no.
Why has your manager
No,
not got?
no.
Why have you got no manager at the moment?
Listen,
Because your manager failed. Every target set before him, he failed. Or in other words, I should let Brian Alvarez say Man United in terms of their season has been let it sink in.
Hey, he may have failed, but he broke a lot of records.
Yeah, he broke.
Which
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got
He
against
broke. He broke a lot of records.
this guy.
It's on them was Moyes broke it. Moyes broke a lot of records, which
It was the Moyes effect.
which
that's all I
and,
can
yeah
say.
the Moyes effect. Well, we all know what ended up happening. Moyes.
You're fired. The only thing you're going to be singing is the blues.
Moyes.
Your leave.
Oh, you know, I got
My lips, Moyes.
I've got a couple of questions to ask you anyway.
No. Listen.
Wait. No. Because at the end of the day, you're talking about reaching targets, hitting targets, blah blah blah. You never believed about getting this high in
No, we
blue
didn't.
moons. You know, big old Liverpool.
I never
with,
expected.
big old Liverpool with over 50 how many cups and 5 Champions League. They never expected to reach the top 2 because they finished 7th last year. You know, just like you. So you're not expecting to finish top 2 next year.
No, I'm not.
You're not, because that's how it rolls with the
Yeah,
big teams.
but
that
you
fall out.
you lot
Juventus
weren't
expecting to
expecting.
get back to the top of the table after getting relegated. So
Well, where's Luciano Moggi? Sorry, I had to drop that because last time Juve had back-to-back title
on a real,
wins.
if
was
you
what,
believe that
2006, wasn't it?
wait, if you believe you will overachieve this season, yeah. So next season, Brendan Rodgers flops, you should be all okay with it because you would never expect him to get that far.
Next season.
Yeah, next season, if Liverpool
Next
were to-
season, I'm expecting top 4 again next season. As
yeah,
a-
but
as
if
a
you
prerequisite.
don't, then it's one of those things where you'll be like, all right with Brendan Rodgers because it'd be like he hasn't really flopped. He's just last season he over exceeded, and this season we're going to give him a blah.
Like this season was an anomaly.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I wouldn't say that. I personally wouldn't say that. I would look at it. This next season, if we don't stay in the top 4, I will see it as a flop. Because going from challenging for the title one season and overachieving in that aspect, challenging for the title, and then dropping out the top 4 completely would be a capitulation.
I just want to point out, okay, today is what, the 12th of May. It's now.
Yes, it's May 12th. It's 9:20 p.m.
Yeah, and that's what you've just said. So I just want to go back and review that.
Feel free.
At this point next season,
all right,
if and or when,
I wouldn't mind reviewing this point last season to hear your view.
If and or when, right? That doesn't happen. That's all I want to say.
Fine, I don't mind. Mate, it's one of them ones. There's audio proof. There's audio proof. There's no getting away from it. This is not getting edited out of the podcast. So
no, listen.
It's one of them ones. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them stooges who'll be like, no, I didn't say that, and then there's audio proof of it.
No, but one thing I will say,
Can't deny
Jesse
it.
last season was shocked about David Moyes, and he did say that Man United potentially, will struggle. That has to be said. As soon as he heard Moyes was
not this badly.
appointed.
I didn't say that, but I did say,
know
you know what I mean? And there's audio proof, as you said. But no, I'm not mocking because of anything like that. That's not it, okay? What I'm mocking about is if someone was to grab me by this half Windsor knot, okay? and really, really pull it tight and be like...
That sounds disgusting, by the way.
You choked. That's the point I'm trying to make.
You might end up triggering your gag reflex. You
Yeah,
want to be
choke.
careful. You want to be careful choking yourself.
You choke.
Are you
Get old gagging.
Oh God! No! Oh! And then he called me me wrong. You
Wait,
just
wait.
heard ghetto gagging, yeah? I ain't even saying what that.
What type of people choke you by your half winds on? Ghetto people from the ghetto, you know, they have no respect.
In the ghetto.
That's what I meant. No, you guys
Talking
are
about the ghetto. Trying to survive in the ghetto.
Hold on, what you guys are talking about?
Man United flopped last season.
Stop it. But no. In all seriousness, that's why I'm mocking, because as I say,
you can't mock when you're having to crane your neck to look at my team in the table.
I'm just saying, even though you want to delve into Old Spice, that's perfectly fine. You can delve into Old Spice. But I didn't. What I need to say to you is this, okay? In terms of your capitulation, it's a disgrace, literally. Just because this thing, okay? You had two hands on that Premier League title, and then you know what you did?
No, not two. No, not two.
This is what happened. It's gone, people.
So if that happened to us, what happened to Man United? Did Man United last season? Hey, this season. What? Like, is that where we're going? Is that where we're going?
No, but you
is that where you're trying to go?
I have to say though, right? That also sums up your last 5 games. That also sums up the last 5 weeks of the season. I'm just saying.
Mate,
does it or does it not?
Or should
I be like?
Mate, that summed up the first month of your season.
Or should I be over here and be...
Mate, that summed up the first.
You fell off. That's what I'm saying.
We fell off. Hate to say Dre fell off. How? His last album was Chronic. But anyway, this is what I love that. Sorry, Chappelle reference. But if we fell off, what happened to you lot then?
Listen, I'm not
from champions to 7th.
I'm not saying
basically in a month.
I'm not saying
because by September it was all over for you lot already.
I didn't say that didn't happen, but I also said, as we said, and there's audio proof. Okay. Yeah, would struggle after 30. I said that.
You didn't expect it to be this bad. That's all I can say.
You know what I mean? But as I say, it wasn't at any point where I was believing. Do you see what I mean? Whereas you.
No, wait. Fergie asked you to back the new manager, so you didn't believe in Moyes at all.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, it wasn't a point where I was believing that Manchester United were going to finish in the top 4. That didn't happen. All of my expectations got blown out of the water completely. Like you say. By September,
bridge up over the River Kwai, like.
I'm just saying that's literally what happened, and David Moyes deserved to get sacked. Yes, I said it. He deserved to get sacked. I'll repeat myself. He deserved to get sacked. He deserved it. He absolutely deserved it. I'm sorry. All right.
Well, speaking of deserved, Norwich were already relegated, but next result's yours, G-Man, which confirmed it.
Yeah, just keep it sweet and simple. Norwich 0, Arsenal 2, and
the Prince of Wales. The other Prince of Wales.
Well, the Prince of Wales. Aaron Ramsey scored a cracker of a goal, set up by Giroud, who basically in the match missed 2 earlier good chances, was getting criticised, and once again Giroud came up with the odds, chipped it to Ramsey. Ramsey's coming in, volleys it on his right foot in the inside the 18-yard box and into the top corner of Ruddy's net, and you know, it was a Ruddy good goal. But Carl Jenkinson scoring on the 62nd minute. I've got to say the Arsenal's Arsenal fan. The Arsenal's Arsenal fan. I mean, he is the original Arsenal fan. You know, the fan who is an Arsenal player. Yeah, scored on the 62nd minute, and it was a scrappy goal. Don't get wrong, because Podolski had the original shot. It got ricocheted within the box. It lands at the feet of Jenkinson, who then puts it. I think it ricochets off another defender and just slides past Ruddy, makes it 2-0. But his celebration was absolutely one of joy and, you know, true inspiration for any young kid out there who knows what it's like to play for the club that you really want to play for. Steven Gerrard, Ryan Giggs, you know, you could see that sort of passion in his face. That it meant everything to him, and especially where he's got a little plaque outside the Emirates with a note to Grandad, "Are you proud of me?" But what can I say? It was the last game of the season. There's nothing really much to talk about or, you know, spend 15-20 minutes ranting on about. I'm just looking forward to next week's match against Hull City.
No, I heard that. What are the Pitch Talk co-hosts going to be doing down there? That's not.
Well, the Pitch Talk co-hosts are going to be down Wembley Way once again.
That's right.
You know, we're going to be doing our thing. We're going to be interviewing the public, the Arsenal fans, the whole City fans, whoever else we can get out there, buff girls, nice girls. Wait, this is Pitch Talk that I'm talking about. Sorry. Again, so we're going to be interviewing the Arsenal fans, the whole fans, and any other football fans out there that want to talk
Buff
about
girls,
the
the
game.
nice girls, the not so buff girls, the not so nice girls.
We ain't fussy.
You know what I must do.
Oh yeah.
Nah, but on a real, since we started the show, it has been one of those things where every year we are down by Wembley Way, myself, LJ, and
Try to talk over the track. Oh, G-Man, you don't get off that lightly, son. With the girls, you're just having some fun. Nah, I've got no lyrics, sir. Fight him, right? Oh, my God. This was Curveball right on the track. Call it that one. But you was a...
No, but I was just telling the people, you know, if you're down at Wembley Way, come and hit us up. We will be there with a camera, with a mic.
Holla at your boy.
You know, holler at us. You know, you can find us on the website www.pitch-talk.com. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter.
Google
you can
Plus.
find us on Instagram. You can find us on Google Plus. All end in the same Pitch Talk, or as Robert Perez would say, Jesse.
Pitch Talk.
Okay.
It's one of them ones, man. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Give me one of them ones, bro. FA Cup final day. Come and find us. We'll have a camera. We'll have a mic. Come and find us. Microphone. It's one of them ones. Jazzy, next result's yours, actually.
Well, I'll be honest, you know, I don't wanna talk about it. I don't wanna.
Season has been a flop.
No,
Your
I don't wanna.
season has been a flop.
So
Man
I don't
United
wanna talk about it.
No,
But no, in all seriousness, no. Southampton won, Man United won. Ricky Lambert, who's should be on a plane, should be leaving.
Yeah, he's got more. He's got more right to be on a plane than a snake does.
But he's leaving on a jet plane. We don't know when he'll be back. Well, actually, we do. But literally, yeah, he opened the scoring after 28 minutes, and then Juan Mata actually got an equaliser for Manchester United after 54 minutes. And you know, it was much like the game against Hull, as I say. In terms of the season, it's done, it's dusted, it's wrapped up, it's over. And you know what? The quicker that it can be erased from memory, the better.
Oh, it never will be. You'll never live it down.
You know, there's no denying that. The quicker it can be erased from memory, the better. But, you know, overall, I think that game kind of sums up Man United season, where, you know, when you're looking at the games where, in all fairness, they're expected to win, something like that happens. So, you know, yeah, I mean, I'm glad the season's over. I'm looking forward to next season. And, you know, I'm also glad that the NFL season's coming around. See what I mean? Gives me something else to fill at the time. So I'm hoping, okay, for big bounce back, comeback seasons. Don't call it a comeback.
Bounce back ability.
Well,
don't call it a comeback. You've been flopping for years. Is that where you're going?
Stop it, this guy. We're not Arsenal. I just want to point that out.
Oh!
Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I said it.
You're the new Arsenal. You know it. You know it.
Oh crap!
I still want to point out you're still the old Arsenal. I just want to point that out. You guys ain't changed. I see no changes.
Things will always be the same. That's the way Arsenal are.
Just saying.
That's just the way it is. Oh my god. Oh, someone actually put something quite funny in a group. What was it? Predictions for next season. 4th place Arsenal. I'll fill in the rest later. So Libby. Saw that and showed the G-Man.
Wow.
It's just so Libby.
That is brilliant.
By the way, I'd like to say Pepe Mel.
You're fired.
Pepe Mel was relieved of his services at West Bromwich Albion earlier, which is a hilarious decision. But that It's very, very interesting.
Yeah,
But we're going to come back onto that. General
Yeah, we are.
talking points, we're coming back into that. Couple more results.
Well, I suppose one of the other ones to look at, Chelsea actually winning against Cardiff. Craig Bellamy opened the scoring after 15
I already
minutes.
did that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was the first one I did.
Oh, I just wanted to recap that and say.
Sunderland, I was going to say we're on Sunderland Swansea.
I just wanted to recap that and just say that it was one of those results where it's too little, too late. And realistically, if it weren't for slip-ups, against teams lower down in the table, arguably you could say Chelsea would be Premier League champions.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. But
see, for me, I think it's one of them ones. For me, Chelsea would be Premier League champions if not for their manager's negative tactics and them having them not having a £50 million J Brown up front.
I think if you got rid of the £50 million J Brown,
bring back Lukaku, bring back Lukaku.
Bring back Romelu Lukaku.
Your best strikers out on loan. I don't get Chelsea.
Make Romelu Lukaku grow back his dreads. Okay, listen. I'll send him to Morris Roots. That's what I'm saying. He can go down there.
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna send him some of your dreads.
No.
Stick them on, super glue them on.
No.
Like what's it? Weave on.
Oh.
Like weave on. Just glue it on.
Stop it. Let's talk about
Why
weaving.
go and weave it?
Talking about weaving. Yeah, but no, seriously, grow back your hair. Go back to Morris Roots. Yeah, get a nice retwist. Put it in a fresh style. Okay, and then just tear it up for Chelsea. That's what I'm saying. Here's my thing. Okay, you can keep Demba Ba out of the strikers that they have now. Okay, Etu moves on. He can finish his career at Malaga where he started after going through the Real Madrid academy. Okay, the £50 million J Brown, he moves on. You could say
who's gonna take it? Well, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
apparently.
I would say he should go home.
It's like I'm thinking to myself, if that's player plus cash for Costa.
There needs to be a lot of cash.
Yeah, there needs to be like 80 million to offset the crapness of Torres.
There needs to be a lot of cash. And I will say this, I want to send a little quick shout out to Miss Irene Bonilla.
Sure.
Hola. But seriously,
we actually do have. I was gonna say I will second that shout out to Irene, and she has made a promise for next week's show.
What's the promise?
So we're kind of hoping Atletico Madrid win
What's
the
the
league.
promise?
Because if Atletico Madrid win the league, she'll be on next week's show.
They need to win the league.
And that promise has been made public. So.
They need to win the league. That's what I'm saying. But no, I think Torres goes home. Diego Costa comes in exchange, okay? And that new strike force, with the rest of that team, they win the league. I honestly believe that. That new strike force wins the league next season.
But Mourinho's got to let players off the leash to do that. I think.
And it's not as it. Here's the thing, okay? We talk about the negative tactics, blah blah blah, etc. And we go on about it ad nauseum. Okay, this isn't a Chelsea team that doesn't score goals. They score goals. This isn't like it's not a team that doesn't win. They win games. So I think
just not enough to place higher than third. But anyway.
Well, no, but I mean at the same time, I also think a lot of people need to let go of this whole thing. I think the biggest thing that goes against Chelsea is Jose Mourinho's Stone Age football comment. If he doesn't make that comment,
no, that 19th century football thing.
Same thing.
That's why I said he's one of the biggest hypocrites in football.
If he doesn't make that comment, okay, everybody else can stomach the way that they play a lot more often. Just because I say this, if you say that there's multiple ways to skin a cat, there's multiple ways to win a football game.
There's only one way to skin a cat. Why wrestling?
So I'm just like this. There's different there's different ways to win. It doesn't always have to be pretty. Sometimes you have to learn the art of winning ugly.
That's a good
you
point.
see what I mean? As much as, for example, the NFL is a passing league, to get back to the transitional point of cross-reference in sports. If you don't have a ground game, okay, if you can't pound the rock, if you can't get in on first and goal, okay, by running the football, something is wrong. That's all I'm saying. So the mere fact that they've got down the whole winning dirty thing, that's not something to necessarily be negative about. It's actually a positive thing. Just because when they do go and play and they win the pretty way, you appreciate it even more.
Well, it's one of them was, hey, Jose Mourinho, countdown's on, son. Countdown's on. You got 2 more seasons left.
Oh, I thought he was gonna actually go on countdown. Like, where he was.
No.
It was just the way.
No,
it was just the way you introduced it.
No, it's one of them ones. He's got two more seasons. The clock is ticking.
But
Because the reason why I say that is because the G-Man actually brought an article to my attention about a couple of weeks ago, that Mourinho said as he returned to Chelsea, if I don't win anything within 3 seasons, then I'm gonna leave. So it's one of that is Mokic, 73 minutes. Ooh, hey. I'm waiting for memes. I'm waiting for memes.
I'm just asking.
Bow! Try to kick the ball and kick. Was that Zamora?
I think it was.
Zamora. When the ball hits your head when you're sitting in Rosette, that's Zamora.
Oh my god, Mokic. But no, you wanted to briefly mention, was it Sunderland Swansea? You were saying?
Yeah, Sunderland 1, Swansea 3. Fabio Barini scoring on 50 minutes after Nathan Dyer had scored on 7 minutes. Marvin Emnes had scored on 14 minutes. And Wilfred Bonney had scored on 50 minutes. Tottenham 3, Aston Villa 0. Paulinho opened the scoring with a nice goal, actually. One that he started and finished.
He's going to
on
World Cup.
14 minutes. Yeah, he is. Nathan Baker scored an own goal on 35 minutes. And Emmanuel Adebayor scored a penalty on 38 minutes. West Brom 1, Stoke City 2. Gareth McCauley own goal. Opening scoring on 22 minutes, Stefan Sessegnon equalising on 56 minutes, and Charlie Adams scoring on 87 minutes. By the way, that result seems to have cost Pepe Mel his job. He's been relieved of his duties by.
He's been fired.
So it's one of them ones. There were a few managers who have shared the fate the same as Pepe Mel. We've got Andre Villas this season, Andre Villas-Boas, Rene Malunstein, Martin Jol, Pepe Mel, and David Moyes, who have gotten this treatment. Guys,
you're fired. The only thing you're going to be singing is the blues. Take your leave. Read my lips.
Boys,
you're fired.
one of them ones. So there's been a few managerial firings. Norwich are looking to hire a manager within the next week.
We forgot. Chris Hughton and Steve Clark as well. There has been quite a big merry-go-round, if you will.
Yeah.
And it keeps turning, and like you say,
these wheels keep on turning.
Stop it. Because we rolling.
Keep on boiling.
Rolling. No, let's
keep on boiling. But you know what, yeah? The fact of the matter is, it is time for us to give a couple of shout-outs. Actually, big shout-out to InSitu.co. Create, engage, share. Our official facilities provider is InSitu. Also, a big shout-out to LJA Productions, the new blood in digital video. It's one of them was LJAProductions.co.uk and at LJA Productions on Twitter. Also, a big shout out to @official_SXE on Twitter. Simply Exclusive Entertainment. If you need a party or rave films, hit up SXE. Also, big shout to ApparentlyRich.com. Simple yet effective web solutions to get your company off the ground. Our official web production partner. And big shout out to RNV Wrestling with their monthly events down in Falconwood, Kent, which I might try and get back down to. It's one of them ones. At RNV Wrestling on Twitter, and find them on Facebook as well. But you know what?
I want to send a big shout out to my big little bro, my little big bro. Anyway, I'm the biggest bro. But, big shout out to my big little bro, little big bro. Yeah, I am the big bro, but I'm gonna keep saying it.
I was gonna say your little bro. Your little bro is
my little big bro, J Man. AKA Jerome, 30th birthday this weekend. Smashing time. Nice to see the fam, see the friends come down and everything. And you know what, big bro, it's love. We might not see each other with that thing, but it's love, it's love, it's love, it's love.
How many times can the G-Man crowbar ting into one shot?
and ting.
Oh, he beat me to it. Oh, damn. I was going to say hunting. Oh, that Russell Peters joke. Hunting. But it's all that was. You know what? It is about that time for us to swing on edge. QPR 1, Wigan 1, by the way, at the moment. But yeah, let us swing in to the next segment of the show. Which, well, is of course going to be a bit of.
Generally, talking points.
This act is over.
What's wrong with you? You're looking kind of wrong to me. I had to beat you to that line.
One half of the tag team champions of the world.
Yeah.
That one was for everybody on the video. I'm being a run.
Hey! We missed you when we weren't here last week. So we'll give you more singing just for now. We love singing and talking football, cause this is Pitch Talk. It's one of them ones. Yes, general talking points. We're actually going to start with the England squad. The England squad in full. Joe Hart as the goalkeeper from Manchester City, Ben Foster of West Bromwich Albion, and Fraser Forster of Celtic. Defenders, Leighton Baines of Everton, Gary Cahill of Chelsea, Phil Jagielka of Everton, Glenn Johnson of Liverpool, Phil Jones of Man United. I'll come back to that in a minute. Luke Shaw of Southampton, Chris Smalling of Manchester United. Going to come back to that one in a minute as well. Midfielders, Ross Barkley of Everton, Steven Gerrard of Liverpool, Jordan Henderson of Liverpool, Adam Lallana of Southampton, soon to be Liverpool if you believe rumours, Frank Lampard of Chelsea, James Milner of Man City, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain of Arsenal, Raheem Sterling of Liverpool, and Jack Wilshere of Arsenal. Attackers, Ricky Lambert of Southampton, Wayne Rooney of Manchester United, Daniel Sturridge of Liverpool, Danny Welbeck of Manchester United, Chris. And the standby list is John Ruddy of Norwich, John Flanagan of Liverpool, John Stones of Everton, Michael Carrick of Man United, Tom Cleverley of Manchester United, Andy Carroll of West Ham United, and Jermaine Defoe of Toronto FC. You know what? I agree with pretty much all of those. Michael Carrick being on the standby list is a joke, but Michael Carrick being on any list apart from a trolling list is a joke. But the fact of the matter is, he's on that list. Michael Carrick, the poor man Xabi Alonso, he's had a poor man season too. So the thing that kind of concerns me is that Phil Jones and Chris Smalling have still made it on that plane. It worries me because it proves how thin on the ground we are in terms of defensive options. Because at the end of the day, I mean, those two have not had great seasons individually or as a collective. And it's good to see that Ross Barkley's going. I hope he gets used. And if he does get used, I hope Roy Hodgson takes the shackles off him and says, you know what? Just play your game. Play your natural game. But also the fact of the matter is, James Milner, I can understand. And a big shout out to Jamie Bailey, who's at Loftus Road at the moment. That's cool stuff. Raheem Sterling, understandably, is going. I can understand that. Jack Wilshere is another one who kind of, for me, if Jack Wilshere is 100% fit, he goes. If he's not fit, then he's taken up a place and an opportunity that someone else should really have. That's my only real concern. If Jay Rodriguez wasn't injured, I would have probably put him in.
Fair enough.
Instead. But it's one of them ones. There's not a lot I can really look at and say I wouldn't have put them in there. I would have been tempted to put Jermaine Defoe over Danny Welbeck, apart from the fact that he moved to Canada to basically, well, the MLS is basically still regarded as a pub league. So if Jermaine Defoe had stayed at Tottenham,
he would be starting.
Yeah, because you look at Soldado, cow's backside banjo. Fill in your own adjectives.
Yeah.
Roberto Soldado from open play anyway. So I mean, Roberto Soldado's season can definitely be described as
-5 stars.
So it's one of them ones. But yeah, there's not a lot that I disagree with in that. John Flanagan, it's one of them ones. I'm glad that he's on the standby list just in case anything happens. And I think me and you, G-Man, were talking about this last time. I think it's one of them ones where Hodgson's smart, just going straight to a 23, just avoiding all the BS and who's going to make it from the 30, all the media speculation and all that. So yeah, I pretty much that 23-man squad is probably what I would have picked. Ashley Cole, not surprised he was left out. And like I said to a couple of people, it's a case of that should never have been headline news on Sky News. Sky Sports News, yes, but it's one of them. We all know what's happening in the world in terms of abductions and that kind of thing. I won't go into that, but yeah, the fact of the matter is that squad, it probably won't win it. It won't win. I don't think it'll win a World Cup, but at least a lot of those guys will get the experience of being in a major tournament, and I think they'll take the ball and run with it. It is time. It's time. Yeah, almost gave it. No, I can't do that. But it's all them ones. It's time.
It's beta time.
Boom, 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 boom. It's the Mastodon, the Rocky Mountain monster. But yeah,
the monster.
Monster. But the fact of the matter is, I'm glad youth is being given a chance. It's about time. It's about time.
Looking at my rollie is about that time. No, but seriously, looking at this squad, okay, the only gripes I have, okay, I think the 3 goalkeepers is fantastic. I think you need to take 3 goalkeepers just in case. In terms of defense, okay, look, out of Chris Smalling and Phil Jones, okay, both of them have had absolutely hilarious seasons, okay. I personally, this is my choice. If I had to drop one, I would drop Chris Smalling. I'd put him on standby, okay. Put John Flanagan in the squad, okay. There's actually this thing going on Twitter right now where what is actually being said is quite hilarious. The only good thing about Chris Smalling actually going to Brazil is his girlfriend in a bikini.
Mockage.
According to what certain people are saying. According to what certain people are saying on Twitter. And if you haven't seen that trend, G-Man, I strongly recommend that you check it out. It's worth it. But being serious again, okay, the two of them have been very, very poor.
Serious for a minute.
If I could be serious for a moment. But no, seriously, I know. They've both been extremely poor, okay? The only other good thing about, for example, Phil Jones going is you're going to get some classic gurning action over in Brazil. That's about it.
What action?
Gurning.
The hell is that?
That's all of the facial expressions he
does.
Yeah, literally. So
he's versatile as well, but
he is. But
question is injury prone.
Well, for both of them, the thing you have to say is yes. The only other player in the defenders list that I would kind of be like, I'm not so sure, Luke Shaw, right? And the only reason why I say that,
Sure.
That's, the only reason why I say that is just because, yes, we're infusing youth and everybody else has got experience, blah 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 blah. I've heard all that stuff already. Okay, how likely is he actually going to be to play? Not that likely, okay?
Yeah, but that's because Leighton Baines has been that good this season.
No,
but
I know.
At least Shaw's going along just in case.
But now he's going to be a paid spectator. Essentially, okay, I'll tell you what this
It's not going to be as bad as Theo Walcott.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. For me personally, okay, for the last tournament he could possibly go to, you take Ashley Cole. He's not the number 1, he's the number 2. And I'm not talking about him dropping a deuce or anybody else dropping a deuce. I'm just saying that literally.
My dookie twinkle, man.
I'm just saying that you would. He is experienced backup. That's
voguing.
He's experienced backup. That's all I'm saying. Whereas now you're gonna go from, you know, with all due respect, Leighton Baines, who's been absolutely phenomenal over the last few seasons, not just this season, the last few seasons, to Luke Shaw, and that is a big dearth in terms of talent and experience. And it needs.
But
to
then
be
how
said.
else is he going to get the experience?
I'm not saying.
That's what I would ask.
No, and I appreciate that question, and I would say to you, that's what the friendlies are for. That's what the next major tournament is for. He can come in at that point after building up experience in friendlies. Whereas taking him now, what does that do? It doesn't actually help anything. Okay, he's not actually going to be. He's not going to beat out. Okay, Leighton Baines. That is not going to happen. So if he's not going to beat out Leighton Baines, what is the point? That's all I'm saying.
But for me, that's why you take like an additional person.
All I'm saying is
you take back up.
Theo Walcott. That's it. That's what that is.
Yeah, but Walcott.
Okay.
Yeah, but Walcott in 2006 didn't even deserve to go. That was the stupid thing about him going. He didn't even deserve it.
So
He had done nothing that season.
Going to midfield, okay. My biggest question mark in midfield, okay. Well, there's two question marks in midfield. How are you going to use Ross Barkley? Is the first question.
You have to deploy him in front of Gerrard.
Okay. And the second question I ask is, if Jack Wilshere's fit, and he has to be fit, because here's the thing, you're talking about injury prone in regards to Phil Jones and Chris Smalling. I'm not calling Jack Wilshere Mr. Glass. Okay, I'm not doing it. But he's injury prone. I'm not saying that he shouldn't go.
He doesn't sleep in the most important part.
How many medals has Jack Wilshere got? Period. How many medals has Jack Wilshere got? Period.
Listen, Connor, why are you going?
Well,
there
shut
for?
up then. It's one, it's one of them ones. You mock Gerrard, and Gerard's won everything but one. So
no, I'm just saying that as long as he's fit,
John Salako, raw.
Classic name, right? As long as he's fit, yes, he goes. If he's not fit, then I'm just like, I just don't know. In terms of his injury history, okay, and this is the only thing I hold against Jack Wilshere. With his injury history, for me, he's not dependable. Right? You tap his ankle, I'm telling you, what kind of sounds are you hearing? That's what I'm saying. Because of that injury history. So if he's good to go, then fine. And that's my view on the midfielders. G-Man, let's have your point and I'll move on to the attackers and really rip into that list.
Oh no, you might as well finish your attack.
Okay, fair enough. So in terms of the
attackers,
Ricky Lambert, yes. Wayne Rooney, okay, fine. Daniel Sturridge, absolutely. Where it falls down for me, Danny Welbeck. Okay. I personally don't hate Danny Welbeck. I just think what's happened to him over the last few years in terms of his redeployment in wide positions is what has actually ruined his natural striking instinct. That has actually ruined him. If you look at him, you know, ruined. If you actually look at him when he was on loan at Sunderland, when he was playing as an out-and-out striker, he's scoring goals. Comes back to Man United, playing on the left, playing on the right, sometimes playing through the middle. He's confused.
Whale in a teardrop to small fish in a big pond.
I'm just saying that he's confused. And in terms of form,
that's confused. You know, why is he conflicted? I'm like Jeff Hardy in 2003.
He's fighting his inner demons like John Cena and taking on Bray Wyatt right now.
Inner demons? I thought you were gonna go Scott Hall with that.
Oh wow. Say hello to the bad guy.
I hear demons. I think to Scott Hall first.
Hey yo. But no, seriously, for me, if we're talking about form, especially this season, he doesn't deserve to go. Like, does he have form for England? Yes, he does. But again, where is he playing? Out wide?
Yeah.
Is that his best position? No, it's not.
Yeah.
So, what's the point? That legitimately is my question. What is the point? Okay, looking at the guys who are on standby, you're choosing between Andy Carroll, form? No. Just no. Okay, and the other thing as well, injury history. He's injury prone. Okay, if you're talking about the guy who's actually in form, you're talking about Jermaine Defoe. Like, yes, he's playing in MLS, but so what? David Beckham was playing in MLS. He still went. So
yeah, but he had been on loan at AC Milan.
Yeah, but let's not forget he was still playing in MLS.
Yeah,
he was still playing in MLS. So I'm like, if
at least he could say, wait, Where am I playing now? AC Milan.
Which is also true. But I'm saying if you want a guy who's been scoring goals consistently over the course of the season, okay, that's Jermaine Defoe. You're looking at Andy Carroll, you're looking at Danny Welbeck. They're not that guy, okay? So in terms of the backup to somebody like Daniel Sturridge, who's been banging in goals for fun, okay, Wayne Rooney hasn't had a bad goal scoring season either, and Ricky Lambert has been functional in terms of he will get you goals, he will get you assists. The other person that you want is another goal scorer, and that person is Jermaine Defoe. So why is he not going? At least with him, he has an out-and-out role. He doesn't play wide.
And he's proven at England level as well.
So for me, he deserves to go. So that's me picking apart that list. You know, Michael Carrick, personally, out of him and Tom Cleverley, in terms of standby, okay, I would take Tom Cleverley and leave him outside. That's what I would do. He doesn't even get on that standby list. I don't understand the point in him being on the standby list. Why is he even on standby? He should be turned off. Yeah, I'm gonna treat him like I treat my TV. I'm not gonna put you on standby. There is no standby here.
Turn him off at the mains.
Literally.
Done.
Literally.
You may as well take him out back and shoot him. Take him to the glue factory like an old horse.
I'm just saying this. For his form this season, you might as well have. And you really want to tell me that you want to go and take that potentially to Brazil? For what? What good is that actually going to do for you? I'm like, with that, you might as well start Ross Barkley. Might as well play him out of position, put him as a holding midfielder or a defensive midfielder or even a deep line playmaker. Do that. That would be better than taking Tom Cleverley.
I gotta say, Mike Harneman has said on the World Cup squad, no real surprises in the starting squad. Good to see some youth given a chance as well, such as Stones and Flanagan, who are on the standby list. So, what do you reckon, Gino?
They're not in it, so
yeah, that's
just a moot point right there. But this squad in total, I gotta say, it's one of the weakest England teams, one of the weakest England selections that we've seen in the last 10-15 years. Like, you just think of Euro 96, you think
there's
of
there's a lack of talent.
World Cup 98, you think of World Cup 2010.
And don't
go to 2002.
No, 2012, sir.
And don't forget that.
I got my dates all mixed up.
Yes, you do. But don't forget the injuries.
96.
Don't forget the injuries. Okay.
Euro 96.
2010,
World Cup 98.
World Cup 98.
Euro 2000.
Yeah. Anyway, like I'm just saying, the squads that we had there.
Anyway,
Euro 96. You compare the squads. You had the likes of Alan Shearer. You had the likes of Darren Anderton. You had the likes of Paul Gascoigne. You had the likes of Paul Inces. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
You see
we
that,
ain't got that quality
wait,
anymore.
You see that? That was quality, and this is exactly where I want. This is exactly where I wanted to take my point. Is that England, you know, have been look at what they've been reduced to. Yeah, we are bickering over why the likes of Smalling and Jones are going to the World Cup. We are bickering why Michael Carrick and
Tom Cleverley
are even on the standby list, and that's because they've had a bad season. I'm not saying they shouldn't be in there, but that's because they've had a bad season. In the past, if players had bad seasons, and really bad seasons, they weren't going to the World Cup. They just weren't going to the World Cup. Even players that were having good seasons, like Ian Wright, you know, finishing top goal scorer, higher than Gary Lineker, wasn't even getting into the England team. Yeah, you look at players like Osman, who, to be honest, has been quite a decent midfielder.
That
in
is
his
a
whole career.
that is a fantastic shout.
Made it into the England squad, but now we're reduced to. I think like it's pretentious, especially with the likes of Sterling. Sterling's blooming at the right moment. You know, he's had a really good season at Liverpool, but he's inexperienced at that level. He hasn't even played in the Champions League. He's inexperienced at the top level, so we don't know what he's going to do out there.
Hasn't played in the Champions League yet. He will be next year.
He's not playing in the Liverpool squad neither. He's playing with players that he doesn't usually play with on a regular basis. And that's like a lot of these players, like the Jack Wilshires, like the Hendersons, the young
and the
Lallanas, you know, a lot of them. To me, I think it's going to be a bit heavy to mould in 31 days, especially when you look at the likes of the Brazils out there who have been moulding for the last 2 or 3 seasons.
But I think Hodgson's smart doing it early, picking his 23 as early as possible, because it gives him as much time as possible to get them moulded as some sort of unit.
I agree with that. And I also want to play devil's advocate with the G-Man's point where he's talking about the lack of quality in comparison to the last few years. Okay, when we say that, you know, we had the so-called golden generation in terms of
golden generation who won bugger all.
And that's exactly my point.
Yeah, but they were in.
That's
in,
exactly
in,
my point.
in-
But those teams were teams of so-called Premier League superstars.
Yeah.
Okay, that did nothing.
No,
that
but
did nothing. So this team, which still has a few Premier League superstars, if you will, they're still, by comparison, a lesser team. And you know what? I actually think this will help them in terms of if they actually not even just the expectations, but if they come together as a team. And I'm not even talking about Al Pacino's speech in Any Given Sunday.
I thought you were gonna say all together now.
All together.
All together.
But no, I'm just saying if they actually come together and play as a team, okay, this team could actually go further than any other team in recent history.
You know what? I want to pick up on something that Liam said about the Jack Wilshere being injured.
Yeah.
About him not what we got valid reasons why he shouldn't go to the World Cup. If you're injured, you've been injured quite close to the
If
World
he's
Cup.
not 100% fit, then don't take him because he's taking up the
Precisely.
space.
Now,
But if he is fit, take him.
Jalchum Low has dropped, some big players in his Germany squad.
Yeah.
And
wasn't it Gomez? Gomez.
He's dropped him and he said just because we've had to make a change, freshen up the squad, and we've had a couple of injuries, unfortunately, but we will have to move on, sort of attitude. Yeah. Now, if people say Roy Hodgson's being brave here, but I don't think he's being brave. Dropping Ashley Cole for sure, is not brave. To me, that's stupid. Yeah, especially when you've then added 2 more players who've had an inconsistent season in that defense. That's a shaky defense. You've got a young guy who's going to want to prove himself, and then you've got 2 defenders who've had a really poor season at United, to be honest. Then you've got Cahill and Jagielka, where the dependence is going to be on them.
Yeah, because those 2 are the starters in the middle. Okay, the thing with
what happens if one of them has a bad game?
Well,
Where does Roy Hodgson go from there? Because again, Jagielka doesn't play Champions League football.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, Cahill does. Yeah, but what does Roy Hodgson do?
I don't think there's
when he's looking for experience in this team. What does he do?
I don't think there's a plan B. I think Gary Cahill and Phil Jagielka, in terms of the games that they've played together, they are the experienced pairing. They're the starting pairing out of the 2. When you look at the likes of Chris Smalling and Phil Jones, essentially they're moonlighting as the backup centre-back pairing and also moonlighting as the backup right-back. They both are. That's about it. And, you could arguably say you could put Phil Jones in midfield if you really wanted to. But that's about it. In terms of, and as you say, with them being so inconsistent and the 2 of them not even playing together on a consistent basis, say, as a centre-back pairing, I mean, do you really want that as a fallback plan? I mean, failing that, okay, let's not even go with what happens if they have a bad game out of Cahill and Jagielka. What happens if, one of them gets injured? Then what happens? That's the real question.
Well, I mean, it's one of them. I mean, that's the concerning thing, that we don't really have a plan B, but it's also this lack of English talent coming through.
Well,
and that's something that goes back 15 years when St George is one of them. Some have said St George's Park is a decade too late.
But going back to another point I was actually making, okay, which was about the injuries. You have to look at who's not available because of injury. Okay, one of the players that if he was fit, I would have taken personally, Kyle Walker. He would have gone as my backup right back. Yeah. Just because he was, the official understudy. Even for example, I tell you who surprises me that isn't on, and I know why he's not on the backup list. Okay, is Michael Richards.
He's barely played though.
I understand that, but in terms of
it's like Andros Townsend. Andros Townsend is impressed in a couple of games, but that's about it. And then the injury came.
Well, yeah, injury came.
And that injury was only a week or 2 ago. So.
And then of course, you got the likes of Aaron Lennon, who I think maybe was going a little bit too hard in the gym. If you look at him recently, maybe he was reading the book that the G-Man's currently reading, and I've been reading. Was it Man 2.0?
Does he want a career in WWE?
I think he might do. I think if you give him a mask,
a midget lumberjack.
If you give him a mask, he could be the next Sin Cara, literally.
Who's Sin Cara?
You can Google him. When he was in Mexico,
Is he the guy who looks kind of like an upgraded Rey Mysterio?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Except he's-
Wait, that's the guy who's all over Botchamania, who botches all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fun.
So
the regular botcher.
So I'm just,
serial botcher.
So he's out. You see what I mean? I just like that. In terms of the options, where are the options?
Well,
You know,
again-
and then of course, let's not forget Theo Walcott being injured. Theo Walcott being injured isn't just big for Arsenal; it's absolutely massive for him.
Yeah, I'd have taken him as an attacker instead of Welbeck, the form that Walcott was in before he was injured.
No. You know what? Welbeck's got to go. As much as his Man United career is, it doesn't look that rosy. For England, he's not a bad player. He's a workhorse.
Yes, but
he scores goals, and you know what he can do.
Here's my question to you. Okay, where does he actually play? What is his position? Okay, because
Well, for Man United, everyone's positions I don't know, but for England, he plays up top.
No. Everyone's position is missing. That's all I can say.
No. But on a serious note, Gibbs, where's Gibbs? I don't get it. You're talking about you're gonna.
Yeah, that's quite.
You're gonna take Shaw. Yeah, and I have nothing wrong. Well, there's nothing wrong with Shaw. He's a quality player. He has been consistent as a youngster, yeah. But there have been other consistent youngsters in the Premiership that ain't getting their chance in this to go to the World Cup for what it's worth, yeah. But it's like Gibbs plays Champions League. Okay, he's quite injury prone, but he's not injured now. He plays Champions League. He plays consistently at the top 4 level of the Premiership. He was competing for the title this season. He's in the FA Cup final.
Competing for the title until about March.
But what I'm trying to stress here
or
is
was it January?
Baines can get into the team, yeah, because for Everton he looks super good, but
super good. He's beyond super good for Everton. I'm talking about literally. Okay, I suppose the last year and a half, 2 years, Ashley Cole, you could arguably say, was falling off. In that point, okay, this
Ashley Cole hasn't fallen off.
Ashley
Cole just got.
Azpilicueta's been better.
Wait. Ashley Cole tweeted about England, and the next minute they decided to rub out his name. That's what happened. He tweeted about England, called them twats. Yeah. Next minute England drop him. Next minute Chelsea drop him. It just seems quite.
Azpilicueta.
Quite coincidental.
Has had a good
Every time
season.
he plays, he puts in a shift and he looks excellent.
It's one of them. It's not hard to look fresh when you've only played like 3 times over the course of about 4 months.
No, it is.
And then the other thing that
you've been rested.
The other thing that I wanted to say about that, and I do agree with you in many ways. This is why I'm saying that the Luke Shaw pick is the new Theo Walcott pick. That's what this is.
I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as that. Because Walcott hadn't even played a Premier League game when he was picked in 06.
Which is fair enough, but I'm saying, when is he actually going to play? He's not. So if he's not going to play, it's a wasted pick.
But then you can say that about a couple of other guys who ain't going to play.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, like, yes, he's young, yes, he's talented, but if he's not actually going to get a chance to play and play in this position, what's the point? For that, I say take a veteran, okay? I would even say I would take Gibbs over him right now.
But that's not a bad pick.
Okay? But I'm even saying, forget Gibbs. I will forgo Gibbs. Put Ashley Cole in that. You have a veteran backup who knows how the whole international game goes. He knows about Champions League. He knows about winning the Premier League. Okay, this guy knows football. How did he get over 100 caps? Doesn't happen unless you're that good. So I'm like, take him, swan song, okay? Because let's be honest, next major competition, him, Gerrard, and Lampard, they're all out the squad anyway. So how does it hurt? That's what I'm saying.
I think the squad's good. I think the squad actually is a good mix between youth and experience. That's the thing.
This is my
I think that's where Hodgson's trying to do it. He's trying to get the balance between youth and experience.
For me, he failed. He failed in that Luke Shaw pick. Just because, okay, here's the thing. If Leighton Baines goes down with injury, are you telling me that you have enough faith in Luke Shaw to be that left back to go and take over the game? No. Whereas if it's Ashley Cole,
No, but I
You
don't,
are
I don't,
you are in
no,
super
yeah.
safe hands. That's all I'm saying.
No, but you know what? I don't mind. But this is the thing with me. I don't mind seeing a young player get that chance. There's been too much of this with England squads over the past decade. There's been too much. Oh, he's too young. Oh, he's too experienced.
Yeah,
There's been too much of this, especially with that golden generation who were only ever golden at domestic level. Is one of them was them. This has been the epidemic within England at the moment. These guys they've not been grooming the next replacements, and I don't mean Rolf Harris style grooming.
Oh my
I mean it's a case of they haven't been grooming the next replacements to replace these players. So now, what looks like a risky decision, they're having to throw them in at this point because there's not much else. Look at Smalling and Jones as an example of there's not much else, but they're in there anyway. So that would be where I double back and say that the Shaw thing, yeah, he may not be that guy in terms of being a solid left back, but at the end of the day, you've got to bring him. You've got to bring through the youngsters at some point. You just have to.
As I say, look, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying this is what the friendlies are for. Okay, why else do you have the friendlies? I'm saying, okay, and this is my final point on this. If Baines goes down, okay, with some kind of injury, okay, you're putting an unknown quantity at left back. That's what you're doing. Okay, so for me personally, instead of having to go and probably put Glenn Johnson over there, maybe put Smalling at right back or Jones at right back, in terms of your plan B. Okay, why not have an experienced left back who knows what this is? And he's not going there to be the starter. Leighton Baines is the starter. He's going there to be the veteran backup. That is it. Just like Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard isn't starting.
Yeah. No, of course not. He's veteran backup.
He's veteran backup. So if you're on the same train of thought and same line of logic, why aren't you taking Ashley Cole?
Yeah. No, I can.
I want to ask you a question then. From that 23-man squad, who would be your first 11?
Well, I think
first 11
itself, to be honest.
Yeah, first 11. Joe Hart in goal. Cahill, Jagielka, Baines on the left. Right back is the only place where I kind of have a problem, but I put Phil Jones there because he did well there at Blackburn.
You'd put him over Glenn Johnson?
Yeah, I forgot about Johnson. Sorry. Yeah, Glenn Johnson's going first choice right back. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking backups. Yeah. Baines left back, Johnson right back, Cahill, Jagielka, centre mid, Gerrard sitting deep. I'd play quiet. I'd almost be tempted to play 4-3-3 and have Gerrard sitting deep with Henderson and Barkley in front of him, and playing Sturridge, Rooney. And actually, I'd try Sturridge, Rooney, and Lambert. I'd try it.
Really?
Yeah, I would try it. This is going to be a World Cup where experimentation is going to have to be done with the squad that Hodgson's got. So that's why I'd experiment with a 4-3-3 in that.
Fair enough.
And it wouldn't necessarily be an out-and-out 4-3-3. I mean, Sturridge, Rooney, Lambert. I mean, Sturridge could come in from the left. Rooney doesn't even necessarily have to be the point man, but he probably will be, and you have Lambert just slightly to the right.
Interesting.
But the centre midfield, you've got 3 out and out centre midfielders, which will make us a touch narrow. But you've got work rate and you've got energy we've got work rate and energy with Henderson, outright quality and knowing that holding position from this past season with Gerrard, and Ross Barkley as legitimately a talented player who could potentially unlock defenses and could score a couple of belters. Well, that's why I would try out a 4-3-3.
I would go. I would go with the same formation. I would go with the same goalkeeper, same back four. Okay, but my midfield is ever so slightly different. My midfield, I'd actually go with Gerrard. Okay, controversially, Jordan Henderson, right, and James Milner.
Okay.
And then up front.
So you're going for a very much a completely workman midfield.
I'm saying, how can you not?
No, I hear that.
How, against the opposition that they're playing, how can you not? That's my question.
True.
Okay,
It does all depend on
And then
opposition.
there's a little bit of versatility because up front, I'd go with Oxlade-Chamberlain, Rooney, okay, and who am I thinking of? Yeah, Sturridge. Those are my three guys up top. And if you have to, you can easily revert to a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of
What put Milner on the left and then Oxlade-Chamberlain coming off the right,
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Not
And,
bad.
you know, there's flexibility in that. So I would go with something like that, in that I would feel more comfortable with it because of the flexibility and because of the experience factor. The only, I suppose, the weakest link in that is Jordan Henderson. But playing alongside Steven Gerrard, where he's been playing a lot of games for Liverpool, and he's done very well.
You could see we missed him in the last few games. We actually really did miss him.
Absolutely, to the point where, you know,
That work rate shield.
when I was making my point about the other Prince of Wales, you know, it's a very similar point to be made about Jordan Henderson. Almost exactly the same point. So because of the experience that the two of them have,
I'm glad to hear a lot of people say that actually, and give Henderson credit.
No, look, he's had a tremendous season.
You know how I've been with it.
No, he has had a tremendous season. Right, this isn't about looking at his price tag and laughing at 20 million and saying who robbed you. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you bought Fellaini for 27. But anyway, go on. Sorry, I couldn't help that.
Yeah, that's not the case anymore. So I think with Gerrard to walk him and talk him through the game alongside him in the centre of that midfield, I think you're doing very well. As I say, James Milner is there to provide that extra bit of steel if you need it in the midfield, because he is quite a good central midfielder, even though personally I don't think that's his position. And he does have the versatility to go on either side out wide. And as I say, you have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain who can go up at the top.
And he can skin fullbacks.
So
with his pace, and technically he's pretty good as well.
Is it. And James Milner's not all that bad technically either. So I think, yeah, with that team, I think there's probably a couple of goals.
I hear that. G-Man, who are you going for before we throw over to Russ Vernon, who wanted to jump in as well?
Well, you know, it would have to be Hart in goal, but if we're going to be brave, then why not just put Shaw straight into the squad at left back? Yeah, and you know, to be honest, have Johnson on the right, and it's got to be Cahill, and it has to be Jagielka at the centre backs.
But I thought you were being brave.
I am being brave. I'm putting Shaw straight in the team over Baines because I think if you're going to go for excitement and youth and talent, then you're going to have to go for that.
Or are you going to do a combo with Shaw and Baines both down the left-hand side?
No, I'm not going to do nothing like that in that case. Shaw and Baines, and I'm just going to be brave and just not have Baines in the team.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I understand you being brave. I do.
You pick your team. I'll pick my team.
No, I'm just asking about the sacrificial lamb and the sacrificial lamb being Leighton Baines. I'm like, if you want to pick a sacrificial lamb anywhere, okay, you have a choice in the center of your defense, okay, and you have a choice in the center midfield. Hell, you even have a choice up front.
No, there is no choices in center defense. There isn't no choices at all. Looking at defense, Cahill and Jagielka are the most solid two central defenders that we got. Jones basically should have been groomed as a defensive midfielder, if anything, but he's been all over the place. Yeah, and Smalling, he's been groomed as a right back and a centre back, and he basically has looked very flaky this season. Yeah, so on an international level, I wouldn't trust either of them to act at centre back at the moment. Maybe next season, when they form a proper partnership, once Rio and Vidic move on, then there'll be a much better solid combo.
Okay.
But no, I'm saying if you're going to be brave and you're going to take Shaw, I'm going to say stick him in the team, because you know what, he has been a very consistent young player and he has been very good for Southampton, you know, and ever since he got his opportunity, he's run with it. Yeah. Baines, he can offer you a couple good free kicks, but what difference does he do from Shaw?
Free kicks, penalties.
He's
wait. Good at crossing the ball.
Yeah, Shaw can do that. Up front, we can get Rooney to take penalties. Up front, we can get Sturridge to take free kicks if you want. You know, I'm just saying. Well, this is another thing I'm going to say.
As I say, if you're being brave, then as I say, you have choices in midfield where you can drop Steven Gerrard if you really want to.
Well, you can't drop the captain, and that's one thing I've got to say. It's not an Arsenal time. You don't really do that. And Steven Gerrard is captain, so.
But I was gonna say,
I agree with both of you. You have him as a deep line central midfielder, defensive midfielder.
I was gonna say the captain
But
would almost, the captain would almost need to drop himself.
Mhm. but again, I'm gonna say that I would have Lampard in a team with Gerrard. I think the experience there is what's going to be needed. And
are they both sitting? That's my question.
Well, no, they're not both sitting. You play Steven Gerrard sitting because that's where Steven Gerrard is now. He's a new position has been adopted to, and Lampard, you play him in his favourable position where he wants to play. You know, and I'm not saying that you're going to play him for the full 90 minutes. I'm saying you start off with them. You start off with the experience, yeah, and you have him in the team. But then alongside him, favourably, I would say Jack Wilshere. Yeah, but again, I'm going to agree with you guys in terms of if you're going to have you need a workman in the midfield, and Henderson's going to put that pressure on in midfield. So you have Henderson, and left wing, Sterling.
Okay.
And then on the right, I'm going to go for Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Okay.
And then up front, there's only one choice but Sturridge.
So you play a lone striker. So you pack the midfield and play a lone striker.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Wayne Rooney. I like that.
No, 4-3-3.
No, I like.
No,
I was saying I like that. There's no Wayne Rooney.
What is it? One of them was 4-3-3, but becoming a 4-5-1 when we haven't got the ball.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I tried to play on Saturday. Grassroots segment is next.
No, but I think that team, I think those players are suited to those players.
Well, you know what? I want to ask the Skypers a question, and they can either respond in the Skype chat, or step to the mic and step up to the plate and name their own starting 11 from the squad.
But Russ Vernon has been waiting to jump in.
No, I know, and he will jump in just a sec because I'm going to segue over to that nice and neatly. The question I wanted to ask was, out of our 3 England squads, which one did they like the most? And then, if they had to pick their own, what's their starting 11?
Good shout. Because Tom Wood has gone for Hart, Cahill, Jagielka at centre back, Baines left back, Johnson right back, Wilshere and Gerrard, Lallana, Rooney, Sterling, Sturridge.
Lallana? Yeah, that was one name that wasn't actually been.
It's not bad.
At all.
It's actually not bad. No, I mean, with the tools we've got, there's merit in that.
Yeah.
So we look at the different permutations we've come out with. Yeah. Between us 3, Tom Wood as well. I mean, Russ Vernon, you wanted to jump in on this point quick as well?
Yeah, because before, when you go and ask me and I were talking, Mike said he likes the squad, he was a good squad. I agree with him, but let's manage to defer over Welbeck with Defer playing well over in the MLS for Toronto. And to answer to Jezzy's question, the team I liked the best was the G-Mans.
Okay, yeah, G-Man's team best, okay.
And also, my England team would be as followed in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Joe Hart in goal. Johnson, Baines, right and left back respectively, with Cahill and Smalling at centre half. My two holding midfielders, I'd put Gerrard and Lampard in there. For my 3, I'd have Sterling on the right, Lallana on the left, with Ross Barkley through the middle, and then I'd have Wayne Rooney up top on his own. And for me also, I don't know if you guys have heard, John Stones will be getting called up to the squad if Phil Jones can provide his fitness for the England squad. And I reckon he'll experiment in the friendlies that we have got coming up with Peru, and then the 2 friendlies between Honduras and Ecuador before the World Cup actually starts.
That's
experimenting those friendlies and then picking his starting 11 and play that friendly. I reckon. Yeah.
You know what? That's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad in the England side. It's quite an interesting one. I don't think Lampard will be able to sit back, but that's just me personally. But there is attacking intent in that match, in that lineup. The John Stones thing. Well, I guess that's why he's on the standby list. But for me, it is an interesting one that Russ has picked Lampard as a holding mid, because I don't think Lampard is best used in that role.
I don't think
I really don't think so.
and Gerrard can play.
Well, we've seen before they can't play together in the same side.
I wouldn't say they play together. I mean, they can't play in the same line.
Yeah. But we've seen that from years past.
But I think because Gerrard now has been taught by Brendan Rodgers to drop back, and he knows that position.
Yeah.
With Henderson alongside him.
Yeah.
With Henderson alongside him, you know, I think it would be well suited to have Lampard in the team with him now, because Lampard can then now just freely play his position.
Yeah.
But you scoffed at not scoffed, but your eyes were kind of lifted
With the Chris Smalling thing, yeah.
Smalling.
Chris Smalling thing. No, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Smalling at all. So that would be where I'd think Smalling as a first choice centre back. I can't agree with it, to be perfectly frank, but that's Russ's pick. So it's one of them ones. But you know what? It is one of them where we have to swing on to another segment, a segment which is close to my heart and is the last segment of this kind for this particular season, and it has been an interesting season. So let's go on to a bit of Grassroots segment is where we are at. So doing all that, Caper. But the grassroots segment, we always start with a shout out to the Southern Amateur League at Glemnet SAL, www.southernamateurleague.co.uk, and the SAL 1907 on Facebook. Also the AFA, Amateur Football Alliance, at Amateur FA on Twitter, and www.amateur-fa.com. Ibis Football Club is who we mainly feature on the grassroots segment, and I am proud to say it's been a fantastic season. Even though it ended in the fours, not the way I would have wanted it to, but I'll get into that in a second. But ibisfc.co.uk is the official website. At ibis_football on Twitter, and facebook.com/ibis.fc. We also do have an Ibis Facebook group as well. So keep an eye on our Twitter and Facebook pages for more info on that. Also some of the Ibis lads will be running on the 22nd of June 2014 in the memorial of Mr. Rob Evans, a former Ibis teammate who actually died on the 22nd of June. I think it was the 22nd of June back in 2013. So in his memory, some of the lads are going to be running a half marathon. I'm going to see if I can work around just to kind of get that time. But the fact of the matter is, it's going to be very, very interesting as a summer in terms of rebuilding and kind of refocusing, I would say, in terms of our great club, which is Ibis. But with the fours, two match reports. We're going to start with Ibis 4s v Old Wilsonian 6s from Saturday 3rd of May away, and this was a double header. Match 1 was Old Wilsonian 6s 3, Ibis 4s 1, with Mark Addy getting the only goal of the game. Match 2 was the Ibis 4s 1, Old Wilsonian 6s 1, with Andrew Williams, who's on quite a hot streak of goal scoring form as of late. I think he's like 5 goals in 3 games now. So on the starting lineup was myself, Liam Angel, aka Straight Shooting LJ at left back, Josh Banks in goal, Ollie Wooding and Stephen Dodd at centre back, John Ewins at right back, Callum Mayfield at left mid, Jordan Mills, Alex Larfon, Mark Addy, Ash Farrell and Andrew Williams. Our subs being Pete Snell, aka Snellers, and Patricio Baptista. Match report. Hard times, crunchy times. Times when you're in a difficult situation is how I'd like to start this match report on a defining double header. Our season didn't quite hinge on this double header, as we still have a slim chance of survival on the last day. Survival would have been guaranteed had we got 4 points for the Old Wilsonians, who, as I mentioned in last week's match report, were only above us on goal difference, but unfortunately, we only got 1 point as opposed to 4. We did originally have 14 players, but late on the morning of the match, we had a dropout, which did mean I had to adjust my plan slightly. But in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really hurt. Course. But our first match was an interesting one, as it was tighter than the Ducks behind, as the old saying goes. Not a wrong one on that one. But their number 7 and their number 9, Old Wilsonians, were tricky, and they had a number 5 playing just off them and causing us problems. With our backline, I was confident of dealing with the threat, but with Andrew Williams and Jordan Mills rekindling their partnership up top with Mark Addy and Callum Mayfield wide, I thought we were fine. With Steve Dodd and Ollie Wooden as a centre-back partnership and Alex and Ash sitting in front of us, we were solid through the middle, but it was their tricky wide men who kept drifting between the lines and causing us problems. On a personal note, I felt aggrieved by 2 of the goals as I felt they were offside. But that's just my feelings. We did concede 3 times in this match with an own goal from Callum and a couple of defensive mix-ups costing us dearly. But the glimmer of light was from Mark Addy's goal, a cool finish into the bottom corner, which ended up being our only goal of the first game, which was the away leg of the doubleheader. We did use Pat Baptista up top alongside Andrew Williams, but no matter how much we probed and tried, we just couldn't get another goal. So, match 1 down. But still another to go, and we didn't let our heads drop. I tried to give a rousing speech to the lads, which may or may not have worked. But the gist of it was, keep your heads up because we have a shot at winning.
Was it inspired by Stephen Gerrard's speech? Did you say let's not?
No, because we didn't have anything to hold on to. We were chasing rather than holding on. So shut your face.
I just wanted to ask.
Your season slips in September, so anyway. It's one of them ones. Slip it.
You still...
Choke. It's one of them ones. You choked in September, so anyway. But yeah, the second match was ultra tight, and I decided to switch formations for this game to 3 at the back in a 3-5-2 formation, with Steve Dodd sitting in front of the back 4 alongside Ash and Alex, to give them a bit more license to attack, and having Callum Mayfield and Pete Snell as wing backs, as we needed to go for a win in this match. For a lot of this match, we actually did control it, especially in midfield, with Stephen doing a great job attacking headers while sitting in front of the back 4, and we stayed at 0-0 until half time. Considering we were pushing for the victory, I decided to switch formations again at halftime, and I brought Andrew and Jordan back on and put Mark Addy up top as well to give us pace and work rate up top. So I sacrificed the aerial presence of Pat Baptista and Stephen Dodd in front of us, as I wanted us to go for it. We ended up getting the goal that our player had richly deserved, and it was Andrew Williams who got it after superb play from the right-hand side, got him in behind the defence, and he beat their keeper. Mission Impossible was looking a bit more possible, but heartbreak was waiting around the corner. As soon as that goal went in, I switched from the 3-4-3 formation back to basically a 4-5-1, with Pat dropping in as an extra midfielder. I had taken Mark Addy off and reverted back to a flat back 4. Just to hold what was a hugely important lead. Alas, a few minutes later, from a hopeful cross came from our left-hand side, and after Callum had come off with cramp, and I brought Stephen Dodd back on at centre-back to partner Ollie Wooden again, which one of their strikers rose highest for in terms of the cross, and he nestled a header into the bottom right-hand corner. A true heartbreaker of a goal, which pegged us back and didn't give us a chance to get another goal, but the guys fought their hearts out, and as disappointing as it was, at the time, I was annoyed with the ref, especially after I'd been clattered in a 50-50 challenge. I'd won the ball first, but I got penalised for it. I won the ball first, came out worse off, and still got penalised for it. Don't know how, but anyway. But I can't blame the troubles of our season on a few questionable decisions in the doubleheader, as the buck stops with me and us who have played this season. Post-match was a touch sombre, as the reality of destiny not being in our own hands set in, but I had to thank the guys for their efforts. The side I've been fortunate enough to play alongside this season has been tremendous, especially for the second half of the season, and I believe consistency and availability has been key to that. We've got one more away game away at HSBC, and from what the league table shows, just like the relegation battles in the Sky Bet Football League, we must win and hope that Civil Service draw or lose their last game. We've come so close to pulling off the great escape, and we could be one more win away. So, guys, let's make it happen on Saturday, May 10th, 2014. I'm Straight Shooting LJA, and that's my take on the match. Now, we actually do have another match report, we have another match report, and that's from this week, which was May 10th, 2014. Ibis 4s 1, HSBC 6s 6 from Saturday, May 10th, 2014.
How many?
6. Andrew Williams got the only goal for us, but our starting lineup was Chris Innard in goal, Stephen Dodd and Ollie Wood in at centre back, with Pete Snell and Nick Etty basically operating as wing backs. I'll get onto that in a minute. Gideon Barnett, Barry Clark, and Joe Seabow, who was glad to see back, as the 3 centre midfielders, and Andrew Williams, Jordan Mills, and Manny Affle was the 3 up top. With myself, Liam Angel, aka Straight Shooting LJ, on the bench alongside David Sabo and Christian Frixu. But what can I say about Saturday's match? That it was win or bust and we didn't win? That we put in 100% but were beaten by a more organised side? Those things can be said. Those things can be said. But the fact that and most may be true, actually. But on a wet and windy Saturday, May 10th, 2014, we were beaten in a match where we had to win to have any chance of survival. But this will be more of a thank you note than a match report. You are terrible. But with that said, we had a good squad to travel down to New Beckenham, and I was quietly confident we could get something out of this game. Now, the intrigue in our match was in part due to Civil Service, who were above us by 1 point and had a better goal difference. So we had to win against HSP 6s, who were already promoted in 2nd place, and hope Civil Service lost v South Bank Quarko 5th, who were already promoted as winners of Minor South Division 4. Now, so, with those stipulations in mind, we met up at the clubhouse, but our kit arrived later. Steve Dodd, who had the kit, was delayed due to witnessing a car crash, which from all accounts wasn't pleasant viewing. But due to that and having to wait for the match on the only pitch available to finish, we only had time for a couple of corner drills, which did slightly concern me, but I'll get onto that shortly. Now, due to the fact that we needed a win in this match, I decided to go with an untried but more attacking formation of 4-3-3 instead of 4-5-1, and pack in the midfield, or 4-4-2, with Andrew, Manny, and Jordan up top, Baz Gids and Joe Seabow in midfield as a narrow 3, with Nick Etty and Pete Snell effectively as wing-backs, covering in midfield, when we were attacking, to allow the 2 of Baz, allowing 2 out of Baz, Joe, and Gids to attack. But also when we didn't have the ball, I was expecting the wing backs to drop back and basically end up making it a kind of straight out kind of 4-3-3. But anyway, theory and practice, as I like to say, are 2 different things. And due to not having time to practice it, the plan did backfire a bit on us as we were getting exposed, especially in the wide areas, as HSBC did have natural width, which made it difficult for us. So I did get Pete and Nick to sit and got Jordan to come back to left midfield, which helped a bit. There were a couple of guys, I will name no names. You what? You. Yeah, no, not me. I was starting as a sub. Couple guys, I'm not naming names, right? Not naming names, eventually, who started the match with Astros on instead of boots. Even though I did advise wearing boots, as the English weather could be trusted as much as a pervert in a whorehouse.
Did you really just say that?
Yeah, I did. That was in my match report.
Oh my goodness.
Big shout out to Alex Minchell, aka Minch, actually, who was like, I've never seen pervert and whorehouse used in a match report before. I had to spell whorehouse H-O-A-R just so that it would get through people's spam filters and they'd actually see it. Because if I spelt it right, spam filters would have picked it up. But anyway, it is one that I think even the G-Man had a bit of a chuckle at that analogy earlier on as well when I sent out the match report.
Just wrong.
We conceded 3 times in the first half, and it was quite easy for HSBC to come through the middle of us. But one positive is that even at 3-1, Andrew Williams ended up scoring what turned out to be our only goal. We were still in it, and there was all to play for. So I decided to change things at half-time by bringing myself and Christian Frixu on to slot in at left and right back respectively, taking off Andrew and Manny and pairing Gideon with Jordan up top, after I brought on David Sabo for Steve Dodd and switched Pete Snell to left mid in front of me. So out for the second half we went, but we were getting caught on the wings, especially as HSBC's wingers were giving us all sorts of trouble, and we did conspire to concede 3 more times. And as each goal went in, we saw our slim chance at survival get slimmer and slimmer. I'm talking bony jabroni runway model slim at one point. But one thing I do want to point out is that even though with our chances of survival evaporating during the match like spit on a pavement on a hot summer's day, the guys never gave up. But try as we might, no matter what formation we played, HSBC, who actually had ex-Ibis player Musab at left back, Musab the Magician, as Carl Bolton used to call him, showed why they were promoted as runners-up to South Bank Quarko 5th. It was always going to be a difficult job, and unfortunately we couldn't do it. But we'll be back. We'll be back, us Ibis 4s. In my opinion, we weren't relegated on Saturday for HSBC, but probably the first half of the season did it. And as said earlier, this was going to be more of a thank you than a match report. So with that in mind, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's played alongside me in the Force this season, including one of my co-hosts right here, who actually we were taking turns in goal for the first half of the season. A big thank you to those who gave 100%. To those who put in the tackles, won the headers, scored the goals, blocked the shots, and helped me from the sidelines, and made this season a pleasure to lead for me, even in defeat. Hopefully we'll have Jamie Bailey back next season in goal, but I totally respect his decision if he doesn't return. Hopefully it won't be because of my supposed dictatorship. But it's what that is mocking. But the fact of the matter is, in closing, I'd like to thank everyone who's helped the Fours this year, from the powers that be in the club, including Tristan Popel, our outgoing chairman. Thank you so much. To those who helped us when we were short, and anyone I've forgotten, for which I apologize unreservedly. From yours truly, Straight Shooting LJA, aka Liam Angel, thank you for a season that will live long in the memory. And hopefully I'll see you next season. And we as a team, as a united force, will avenge this season by getting promoted next year, which was my original aim this year. I'm Straight Shooting LJA, and that's my take on the match, and in part my take on the season for the Ibis. As said, facebook.com/IbisFC, facebook.com/IBIS.FC, at IBIS_football on Twitter. We do have a Facebook group, and our official website is ibisfc.co.uk. Join the club. We're looking for players. We're looking for players. We're going to be, as said, in memory of Rob Evans, former Ibis player who tragically passed away in the Nice Nice triathlon last year. Some of us, to mark the 1-year anniversary, will be running the Hackney Half Marathon. So one of them was get in touch with Alex Minchell, aka Minch. alex.minchell@gmail.com if you'd like to be, if you're an Ibis player within the sound of this podcast and live show, and you want to be involved in it. But all good stuff. You know what? Yeah, it's been a season to remember. First season as captain, not the way I wanted it to go, but the fact of the matter is, it's been, even in defeat, it has been an enjoyable season, and it's been new challenges, new responsibilities for me personally, and the fact of the matter is, I've enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed it. Gav, thank you, and thank you to everyone else who's played for the Fours, those guys who's helped us as well. And no, I'm not resigning as captain of the Fours. Far from it. I never give up from a challenge. No, I'm not resigning. This may sound like no, it's one of them was I am not resigning. They have to pry out of my cold dead hands. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm not resigning, in answer to Ross Vernon's question in the Skype chat. But yeah, how have you found this season, G-Man? Because you played pretty much what, half of it, 3/4 of it?
Yeah, do you want me to put my serious face on, or do you want me to put my silly face on?
Be honest about it.
Well, your dictatorship, as Jamie Bailey said, was just increasingly it just ruined my motivation and my ability to concentrate, especially when in goal and having to think of the times that I had to make some crucial saves, but I just couldn't do it because you were just in my ear every 5 minutes. And I didn't think we would go down this route of. I can't do this. No. Sorry. On all serious note,
it hurt. Basically, it hurt more for me. It hurt more to get relegated with the Irish Fours than Liverpool losing out on the title. I will say that much, because playing instead of just watching, playing just means that bit more.
And I apologize for just messing with your emotions right there and making dumb jokes like that. But no, in all honesty, like I said to you last week when we was, I think I messaged you a couple of times. I don't know. It's just a weird one, man. It's for me personally, as a real, I feel like a real outsider looking in sometimes in the team. Now you might say, well, why is that? But like, one, being the first year, two, also, you've been in this situation before, but from an outsider who's looking at it from a different angle, it's like I just see it as this was to be expected. It was going to happen with the way, like we just didn't have regular players.
Yeah, the first half of the season hamstrung us. We didn't get our first win till December.
Yeah, it was just to me. It was just like, was we ever going to get off the ground running? Especially when after I think it was 5 games into the season, then I went in goal. I went in goal for that 13-2, and I thought, you know what? I'm not even going to be able to help in goal. But I tried, and it's like. But that's all you can do. But you're not a goalkeeper. I would
rather have forfeited that game, but it was too late.
Jamie Bailey came in, and then just the irregularities of like not one. Even the time where we couldn't even, when we lost 13-2, we couldn't even fill the team basically. That was probably one of the most depressing parts of the season, because we went all the way up there, and as Baz put it, we were better off. Having to say this, we're better off conceding and just getting deducted three goals and take the 3 points or something like that, rather than conceding all those goals. Do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, it didn't end up making too much of a difference in the grand scheme of things, but
no, it did
to have 4 dropouts on the morning of the game,
it did make a difference.
And the no-show.
But that sort of like cemented like what the season was. For what it really was this season, that it was just a bag of inconsistency.
Yeah, I mean the second half of the season we had a little more of a settled team, and it showed.
But in saying that, I've got to say, in terms of enjoying the football's good. I like the football. Like, you can't complain when you're playing regularly, whether it's in goal or whether it's not. Like the company. Met some new people, made some new friends, acquaintances, associates, however you'd like to put it. Some real funny people. I've probably come across extremely funny as myself.
Funny people. Yeah.
I like to think I'm the class clown, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just the weird boy in the corner, but that me and Dizzy Rascal, we have something in common.
The boys in the corner. That's terrible. But all I can say is
that the anthem for next season? Yeah, fix up the chart.
Well, it is for Ibis.
No, that's what I mean.
All I'm saying is there's one thing I hope you and Dizzy ain't doing in the corner, and that's.
Oh my gosh! Why do you take it there for?
This act is over.
Sorry.
No, but all in all,
I'm gonna allow that.
No, just to sum things up with my pointless little episode right now. I just want to say that I think Ibis can do well next season if, well and truthfully, you can get at least 10 consistent players.
Yeah, and that's the.
And I'm not talking about the goalkeeper. I'm just saying 10 consistent players. You need the 10. This is not just about the goalkeeper. It's about 10.
Of course, yeah, no, of course. I mean, if you haven't got if grassroots level, if you haven't got consistency, then you're buggered.
And if people turn up to training, and I think training would be like a lot better. My one gripe over the whole season, and I'll put it out there, is I was grappling with, going to training, especially in the first half of the season, going to training every week, and I'm either training with you and Jordan or just me and Jordan, and it's like there's no one else from the force. It's like it was a bit depressing.
There are a number of things around it, but it is difficult. I mean, I had to stop going to training because that surface just didn't agree with me physically.
Oh yeah, shout out to Nemo as well.
That was one of them ones, but it's one of them ones. It is one of them ones, man. But you know what? We did want to throw to Tom Wood, who had something to mention about the Hambro Colts. Tom, do you want to jump in quickly before we move on?
Yeah, all I can say is that my team won the league.
Ah.
So I'm a proud captain to lift that trophy.
Nice. Well, did you play in all the games?
Yeah, I played in. I did upright with mostly sub, but did change over, was swapping over in every game to give everyone else a chance. So, but Lee's team came second, so it wasn't too bad. Proved that we ruined the league. But we had a sloppy start in the first game, lost 1-0. Then the rest we won 2 and drew the rest, so it's not too bad, to be honest.
Oh, I heard that, man. Congratulations, bro.
That's the last tournament of this year until next season now.
I hear that. So, but I mean, at least you won. At least you've won something. That's a good.
Yeah, something to put on my CV.
So them was when you were applying for the West Brom job.
Nah, not the West Brom job. When I'm replacing Phil Brown.
Oh, hey, there we go. Get them badges and it will happen, man. It will happen.
Nah, I'll let my mate do that. He's getting his badges at the moment, so it's all good.
I hear that, man. I hear that. But you know what? Congratulations to the Hambro Colts. And I think we have a caller. Caller, you're through to your Monday Night Football and Fix. Who is speaking?
It's Jamie Bailey.
Oh my God, I was wondering who that was. Slap nuts. What's going on, Jamie? How goes it?
Yeah, it's all good. We're back to Wembley.
Let us know, man. What was that final score?
Say that again.
What was the final score, man?
2-1. Charlie Austin twice.
Nice. So how happy are you that QPR are going to Wembley in the playoff, the Sky Bet Championship playoff finals to meet Derby County?
Well, very good considering Steve McLaren was sitting upstairs in the Sky Sports box, and he got everything that he needed. He got everything that he deserved. So as we said, Steve McLaren, we're coming for you.
Yeah, we're coming for you, Stevie.
The best part about that is the number 2 seems to be rallying around me right now, considering that you lot have a running joke, and now it's not much of a joke anyway because I've got 2 teams. Yes, 2 teams.
Jamie 2-Man Bailey is now Jamie 2 teams Bailey.
Nah, that's how you see it. I've now got 2 teams in the finals. So, one in the FA Cup final, 1 week ahead, and another in the final after that.
And the third team got relegated.
The third team, well, the third team's nothing here, neither here or not there. As long as I'm still at the club. As long as I'm still at the club, then I'm alright with that.
Nah, I hear that, man.
The greatest part about tonight, as well as next week Saturday and the Saturday after that, is 2 clubs are in the best positions just to go and win the A trophy. One's been waiting a long time, the other needs to get back to the Premiership. So
Nah, I hear
looking
that.
forward to it. Looking forward to it.
It'll be an interesting playoff final to say the very least.
Well, I'm gonna put my prediction down on this already, and I'll say, to be honest with you, I think it will be QPR's season. And I say that because the reason why I look at Derby and I look at the 2 clubs together, Derby's got a lot of youngsters, not much experience in big games. QPR pretty much got a squad full of experienced players. So we look at it, sometimes experience counts, and I think it will do come Saturday the 24th.
I hear that. Hopefully it does, bro.
It will. Wembley's only down the road. Derby's still got about another 34 miles just to go. So yeah. So it'll be a case of Midlands or London. I'd probably choose London on this occasion.
No, that home field advantage. Home field advantage is what that was. But
just to finish off, I'd say thank you very much for letting me play this season, Liam. I'm not too sure if I'll be returning to football playing. Not too sure just at the moment, but thank you for letting me play for the Ibis this year, and I'm sorry that it didn't actually work out for the club this season in terms of the fours. Everybody on the show tonight, glad to hear from you. I'm glad to hear from you guys. Obviously, Russ, thanks for the updates. Mike, thanks for the updates, and everybody else that was on the show. But it was great to see everybody. I actually got onto the pitch tonight, and I'll see if I can share any pictures with you guys on either Twitter or Facebook.
It's great stuff, man. And you know what? It's one of them ones. Thank you. Hey, thanks for helping us out with the Ibis Fours, in terms of being in goal. It's one of them ones, man. You're welcome. Like I said earlier, you're welcome back next season. Keep me posted, man. Keep me posted.
Will do. Guys, have a good evening, and I'm sure everybody will have a good week. If you are part of the Skybet Championship, we'll see you in 2 seasons.
No, that was JBK. Thanks for calling in, man. And you know what? Go back and celebrate, man. Celebrate with the rest of the QPR fans, man.
We're already going home. I think it's been one of those ones. It's time just to go back to work, get ready for Wembley, and then hopefully have a sore head on Sunday the 25th.
There we go. Hopefully.
Yeah. You never know. It could happen. I'm hoping that it doesn't. But at the moment, I'd rather see one club in the Premiership at the moment, and it's not going to be Fulham, obviously. So.
Hey, it's one of them ones. It's better having a sore head than a sore backside. But hey, it's one of them ones.
We'll leave that one today. But yes, as I said, boys, have a good evening. I would wave bye-bye, but I'm pretty sure you guys won't be able to see it. I'm not on Skype with the video link either. So yeah, guys, have a good evening. Russ, keep up with the leads. We might see you in a couple of seasons, or I'll probably see you next season anyway. I'll see you at Craven Cottage.
Nice. Well, thanks for joining us, Jamie. And you know what? It is time for us. It is actually about that time for us to actually shift on segments to a segment that I think we're gonna have actually a lot of fun with. We are going to have a lot of fun with the next segment. But you know what? It's time for us to pause that particular track, because the next segment we're starting to get into the home stretch in terms of the show. And by the way, Rio Ferdinand left Man United. See you later, HBK. Has been, kid. But anyway, it's one of them. Sorry, Jazzy, you know how to do it. You know my views, and you know I'm not going to keep stum with them. But let's go into. You what? We're gonna end this week's show with this segment. What's up with that? We're gonna have some fun. You what? Yeah, this will be actually the final segment of the show this week, because we're gonna do stuff for the season next week. So it's one of them. We're gonna wait till after the FA Cup final to do stuff of the season. But you know what? Yeah, one funny thing. One what's up with that story that I shouldn't have found funny, but I kind of did. Fan killed outside Brazil football stadium from May 3rd, 2014. Jazzy, bear with me. Don't give me that look. Just bear with me. A fan was killed in clashes outside a football stadium in Brazil on late Friday when he was hit by a toilet bowl thrown from the stands, according to local media.
Why are you laughing?
News site Globosporte reported that the incident occurred after Recife club Santa Cruz drew 1-1 with visitors Paraná in a second division match. There were clashes outside the Arruda Stadium in Recife, and fans reportedly ripped toilet bowls out and threw them at rivals on the streets below.
I still want to know why you're laughing. That's the bit.
People are throwing toilets at each other.
I know that. That's...
It's sad that the guy died, but can you imagine a coroner? Cause of death: this man was struck in the head by a toilet. That's why I'm laughing. To be struck in the head by a toilet at any time is funny. But at a football match, you would not expect to get hit in the head with a toilet.
No, you wouldn't.
Pipe, maybe. But it's one of them ones. Like, imagine this was wrestling with Jim Ross. Oh my God! Toilet to the face! Oh my God! He's been hit in the head with a toilet. It's like I've seen people get hit in the head by a laptop. Which what was it? I think it was WCW Spring Stampede 2000. It was like, oh my God, he's been hit in the head with a laptop. Oh, we may as well call it a slap top. And it's like, we've seen people hit in the head with a keyboard before. DDP versus Buff Bagwell, I think it was Sold Out 2000. No, it wasn't Sold Out. Starrcade 2000. And it was like, but someone getting hit in the head with a toilet. I'm sorry, I find that funny. I find that really funny.
You know what? On a more serious note, I want to send our sincere condolences. And I speak on all of our behalf. As much as you know, it is quite strange that someone gets hit with a toilet.
Did you need to say it again?
It is quite strange someone gets hit with a toilet, but it's not funny when somebody dies as a result.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
As I say, sincerest condolences, friends, family, and I hope that that's not the lasting memory that he leaves behind. On a similar note, it reminds me of a girl. I think her name was Megan, right? She was hit in a fight with a shovel.
Oh my God!
She was hit in the head with a shovel, and a couple of days later she collapsed at home, and subsequently died. So. There's lots of for me personally there's lots of similarities there. So
I'm not even trying to be funny, but like when I get wrestling flashbacks, like the Buried Alive matches. I go, where did I get? I got what's it? Undertaker and Steve Austin in late '98. You remember that?
Yeah.
It's like you don't hit me in the head with a shovel, lay me on the damn table and try to embalm me. In the lead up to Rock Bottom '98, that's the mental pictures I'm getting of someone getting licked in the head with a shovel.
But as I say, in all seriousness, speaking on behalf of all three of us,
happened to Steve Austin again actually, in the run up to Backlash '99. Shane McMahon
taking the serious angle. As I say, condolences to his friends and family. And may his legacy not be that of being hit in the head with a toilet. But
why did you have to say it like that?
Was he not?
May his legacy not be getting hit in the head with a toilet. You made that sound funny. I'm sorry. Oh no, but our condolences in all seriousness. Now that is taking the mickey. That is grand scale taking the mickey.
His name at the beginning of the story, so.
He was calling him Toilet Man. That's living. The Simpsons had Pie Man. We've seen Batman. We've seen Aquaman. We've seen Duffman too, and now Toilet Man. That's living.
And he wasn't actually named in the story. So.
But you know what? We go to the absurd because Tottenham apologised after video poking fun at Liverpool posted. From May 6th, 2014. Tottenham have apologised after a social media account was hacked and a video poking fun at Liverpool's collapse in the Premier League title race was posted. Shortly after, Brendan Rodgers' side blew a 3-0 lead to draw 3-0 at Crystal Palace. A post mocking them appeared on Tottenham's official Twitter feed, as I mentioned earlier in the show. It read, brutal but very funny. The biggest capitulation since Newcastle in the 90s. In the 95-96 season under Kevin Keegan, Newcastle let a 12-point lead slip and finished second behind Sir Alex Ferguson's Man United. Of course, Oz was nowhere near that bad. Nowhere near that bad. 12 points. And I think that was in like March. They had a 12-point lead, so it was when there was Keegan loved it a bit too much. The tweet was accompanied by a Vine video which segued from Liverpool skipper Gerrard leading an inspirational team huddle after their victory over Man City to his slip to give Chelsea the opening goal in their recent 2-0 win at Anfield. That was followed by footage of Dwight Gale's equaliser for Palace, a close-up of the 3-0 scoreline from Sky's coverage, and an unrelated clip of Palace boss Tony Pulis laughing. Spurs removed the offending post subsequently tweeted, "We are currently looking into a security issue where our official Vine account has been compromised. We apologize to anyone offended by a recent tweet which was immediately deleted. This post was not tweeted by anyone affiliated to Tottenham Hotspur Football Club." Tottenham, you lion sacks of crap. It was, mate, you tried to jump on the bandwagon of mockage and you tried to blame it on your account getting hacked. Well done being disrespectful and showing that you're classless at the same time.
Tottenham all over. Tottenham all over.
It's one of them ones. And in terms of failing, Tottenham, you sold Chimpy Boy for 100 million, and basically 5 out of the 6 people you bought to replace him were flops. If anyone is masters in capitulation, it's you. Basically, you spent 100 million, bought 6 players, and you placed 2 places below and instead of placing in the top 4 or even challenging for the title, you went from 5th back to 6th. They say slow motion is better. cocaine. Dixon is Chelsea's third highest goal scorer and a regular on Chelsea TV, the club's in-house station, as a pundit along with numerous other roles. However, he is set to be fired following his arrest. The 52-year-old was taken for questioning at a police station in Dunstable. A police spokesman said Bedfordshire police arrested a 52-year-old man and a 46-year-old woman from Dunstable on suspicion of conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. Both were released on police bail with no charge while further inquiries are made. At ITV London, ITV News London said former Chelsea striker Kerry Dixon was arrested on suspicion of supplying Class A drugs. Now, another interesting story. David Haig claims drug use was behind boardroom cameras at Leeds United. So this was the day before, May 8th, 2014. Former Leeds United managing director David Haig on Thursday gave a full statement to police regarding the installation of surveillance equipment at Ellen Road. Haig, who left Leeds on April 11th after the club was taken over by Massimo Cellino, claims the cameras were put in the club in response to reports of Class A drug use in the boardroom. Earlier the same day, it was confirmed by police that they were investigating the surveillance equipment, which was discovered by Cellino. The presence of cameras themselves in the boardroom and toilets was not enough to prompt a criminal probe, but allegations they were purchased as a result of misappropriation of club funds were. Haig was on Thursday interviewed by West Yorkshire Police, and the spokesman for the 36-year-old later released a statement explaining his position, claiming the cameras were as a result of illegal activity. Part of that statement said that David is of the firm belief that illegal drugs have no place in football, whether it be on the pitch or in the boardroom. He will continue to cooperate fully with any police or other inquiries. Kerry Dixon dealing Class A drugs is mad in itself, but the suspicion of Class A drugs being used at boardroom level at Leeds United makes me think that, again, how can you trust the powers that be at that club? And if Cellino was anything to do with it, even more reason to distrust him. Even more reason, as if I needed more reason to distrust him. 2 previous convictions for fraud says all you really need to know. But what do you guys think about this before we throw over to Russ Vernon?
I'll speak on the Kerry Dixon thing first, and I'll say, I honestly think it's one of those things that it's difficult for a lot of footballers after football to adjust to what would be a quote-unquote normal life.
But dealing cocaine.
Well, here's the thing.
Right, no,
I honestly think it's probably something that, in terms of him taking it, was happening for a long time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of having the right connections for that type of thing, that was probably in place anyway. And then of course, in terms of money, unless he's going to be regularly appearing on Chelsea TV,
which he has been, yeah.
It's going to be difficult for him to go and make similar amounts of money. And even then, even with the regular appearances on Chelsea TV, it's a matter of, is that paycheck as much as what you'd get in a deal? Probably not. So,
well, cocaine's a lucrative business, but it's illegal.
No. I'm not disputing that at all. I'm just saying that that's probably the reason why. Am I condoning it? Absolutely not. You see what I mean? So now for him, in terms of his own image, in terms of Chelsea being involved in that, is that a good fit? No, it's not.
No, not at all. That is definitely not a good look. I mean, Kerry Dixon is probably going to get.
You're fired.
He's probably going to get that for it.
I think he would have to.
And the thing with the Leeds situation is even more mad, because they've only just been taken over, and there's been turmoil with that already, and now it's just even more turmoil.
I think with the Leeds situation, it just seems to be one thing after another. Round about now, I remember the supporters group that were coming together to buy Leeds.
Yeah, Oldenburg and his group.
I honestly feel like if that group was in charge, would you be hearing of things like this? Probably not. So having said that, I just think we have to look at things in terms of at boardroom level. We're talking about the fit and proper persons test for new owners. That has to be more stringent, and also has to be looks in terms of who's actually in these boardrooms, you know, maybe with background checks and CRBs done and all that kind of stuff to make sure that these people are above board. I mean, to go to a totally non-related story, if you can have somebody like Gary Barlow, for example, be, you know,
Dodging 20 million attacks,
right, doing something like that, and even the Prime Minister saying, oh yeah, he doesn't have to, you know, give back his honours. I'm like, what? Excuse me? Why not? You know what I mean?
Well, co-Prime Minister David Boy Cameron's a stooge.
So,
the man is a stooge.
So,
because how can you come out and say, yeah, this dude's been dodging 20 million of taxes? We ain't talking 200 quid or 20 grand, 20 million pounds. And people like everyday Joes like you and us will get, if we even tried to miss out on 200 quid of tax, buddy, we get stung for it.
Absolutely. So
Booty butt, booty butt, booty butt.
No.
So drop G-Man.
Yeah, that's what somebody be saying to you, G-Man.
Yeah, I'm come out to play.
There's a joke I wish I could make on air, but I can't.
Oh, no,
There's a joke I wish I could make, right?
But yeah, no, literally.
Tom, you get.
But no, literally, no one dropped the soap. But being totally serious though,
Dixon dropped the deal.
Oh, stop it! I really do think though that in terms of at boardroom level, and it's not just about Leeds. I'm talking about football clubs
generally
everywhere, worldwide. We have to be looking at those kind of scenarios because if stories like this is coming out now, you know, we have to think what's happening that's not being publicized right now. You see what I mean? So there's probably worse things happening than, you know, something like this. And the mere fact of the matter is, something like this is bad, very, very bad. Especially when you look at, for example, and you know, I don't mean to be simplistic about it, but let's look at the on the pitch effect of this kind of stuff. Like, let's look at where Leeds are, and you know, if you ask a Leeds fan where they're supposed to be, they're not there. So if you're having this at the top level of the club, what do you think happens to, you know, everything trickling down and going onto the pitch in terms of youth development and so on and so forth?
What kind of example is that to young footballers as well?
Exactly.
That's an abysmal example. That's why Kerry Dixon, being that he's a Chelsea legend and doing that kind of thing, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for him. Doesn't look good for his family. Doesn't look good for the club either. It's just a bad example.
One thing I will stress is like what Jizzy just said. You know, he's probably not making that sort of money that he's making before.
Yeah, but you can't tell us selling cocaine.
Yeah, but also to re-emphasize it's society. Like this is what's happening. You know, football's in one massive bubble to act like there is none of this happening around it. And then you see guys like Kerry Dixon, you see guys like Mutu, you know, basically get outed. Outed in these sorts of ways.
But then that kind of thing doesn't even end their careers though. Because Mutu recently starred apparently he's starring in a Snoop Dogg video. Is that, huh?
Yeah, but
disgraceful.
I swear he's still in a long case, a long battle with Chelsea in regards to money that he supposedly owes them.
Yeah,
so
he is. Yeah, legal battle.
But so it's one of those. All I'm trying to say is it just re-emphasizes that football isn't immune from, you know, everyday sort of situations that you, I, and Jesse like will see around us. And I'm not saying that it's directly in our households or anything. I'm just saying, you know, these things happen in society, and footballers are made out to be like these all, you know, big golden figures.
They're not necessarily the heroes that we think.
I think it's good that it comes to that, because at the end of the day, the likes of Kerry Dixon, put him in jail or something like that, but at least show other footballers that, you know, this can't be tolerated. It can't just be hidden.
I heard that. I mean, you know what? Yeah. I mean, Ross Vernon obviously did one of these points is to do with the club you support. What's your view on the CCTV cameras and the alleged Class A drugs use?
Well, first and foremost, about the CCTV cameras, I know this. The beginning towards the end of April, beginning of May, by the CCTV cameras being put in at Ellen Road, because I was listening to a local radio station and the main commentator for Leeds reported about it then and said that they've been put up because of something happening in the toilets at Ellen Road during the matches. And then when this news came out about with David Egg being questioned for over the weekend regarding the Class A drugs, I was a bit surprised when I heard about that, if I'm honest. And hopefully in all this, I've been listening to local radio since the news came out, and the main commentator was saying, as far as he understands, as far as he knows, is that the Class A drug deal was being used in the boardroom where Leeds United was happened before Cellino was ratified by the Football League after he won that appeal. It was when GFH was in charge, and that's why Cellino has come out and said he doesn't want anything to do with David Egg selling Newden, selling Patel, and then from GFH Capital wants to get rid of them completely out of Leeds United Football Club, which, like every Leeds United fan, didn't like them. I can go from being stable when Ken Bass left us, because we went in any debts when Ken Bass sold us to GFH Capital, and before they sold us to Massimo Cellino, we was losing $1 million a month. I can go from not losing anything money when Bass sold us to losing $1 million a month when them being an investment bank. It's beyond me. So I think it's down to them, which is they've been doing the drugs in the boardroom to put 12 money into the club while they were there before it got sold on to Massimo Cellino. So hopefully now Cellino's come in, if we get fined, hopefully he'll pay for this. And his son's been very vocal over the Twitter regarding the managerial situation of Leeds by saying his dad doesn't want Brian McDermott as a Leeds United manager and wants him to resign rather than sack him. Well, as you mentioned earlier, Liam, about Pepe Mel leaving West Brom, McDermott is currently the 4-1 third favourite behind Malcolm Mackay and Chris Hughton in the running for the West Brom job. And with Norwich setting him their permanent manager this week, he's 25-1 there. So, and he doesn't want to pay him because he's going to be cost $2 million in compensation, McDermott, if he leaves Leeds United. So hopefully we'll have a West Brom or Norwich can come and take him from us, so then we don't have to pay him. And if he does go, Liam,
well, we'll see. Well, in regards to that, we'll see what happens, because there's obviously the bookies there's gonna be rumours flying around. The bookies are gonna be all aflutter about that. So we'll have to see. But I said that I think David Haig's statement put it right. Illegal drugs have no place in football, whether it be on the pitch or in the boardroom. So we'll leave it there, because time is pressing on. And you know what, Russ, thanks for your opinions. And you know what, guys, it's time. It's not Vader time, but it's time for us to shoot off. So we have to give everyone a wave. We have to give everyone a wave. Give them a wave. And you know what? It is time for us to start vacating the place with a Hayes, because you know what, it's been fun. Remember, we're gonna return with stuff of the week. Remember, next week. We're gonna return with stuff of the week next week, and it will be stuff of the season. So people, think of your stuff of the season. Yeah, we might do it next week. We might even do it the week after. We might even do it the week after. But it's one of them. Stuff of the season will be coming up. We might do it next week. We might do it the week after. But stuff of the week will be returning. So it is time for us. It is time for us to start making some tracks.
Hi, I'm John Sitton, and I'm here with Gavin, Liam, and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez. My name is Christian Carambeu.
I'm grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hi, I'm Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan, and you're listening to Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I'm Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
Rob Lusher, former chairman of Ibis FC.
I'm Samir Sawney, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening,
And you're listening to Pitch Talk.
Yes, we have. Well, we made our return. We made our return this week after a week's hiatus. But
We're
you
back,
know what?
baby.
But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Straight Shooting LJ, the G-Man, and Jesse Fizzle proudly bring to you the football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions. Why? Because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
Us three co-hosts have had fun talking with all of you, including our Skypers, including Wayne Schumann, Russ Vernon, Tom Wood. Jamie Bailey gave us a quick call as well, but you know what? It is one of them ones. Hey, congratulations to the LMA Manager of the Year, who is Tony Pulis, the Championship Manager of the Year, who is Nigel Pearson, League One. Kenny Jackett and Russell Slade sharing the honour. Russ Wilcox got League Two in the FA Cup. Nigel Clough. Good stuff. But you know what? The fact of the matter is, we have got to vacate the place with a haste. Remember, www.pitch-talk.com for all the latest on your Monday Night Football and Fix and much, much more. You can also pick up our podcast from there as well on iTunes, Mixcloud, Podomatic, and Spreaker. Remember, pitchtalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk. For the latest blogs, including Straight Shooting LJA's final thoughts on Liverpool FC and Ibis FC on the 2013-2014 season. Also many other blogs, including the G-Man, Jesse Fizzle, Dave Mir, a.k.a. at Mearcy on Twitter, Big T, a.k.a. Thomas Hewitt, and many, many more bloggers. You know what? YouTube.com/Pitch Talk for all the latest videos, including our Pitch Talk Meet series. Also, many other videos, our rants of the week, our push points. Remember, May 17th, 2014, we're going to be on Wembley Way again, interviewing Arsenal and Hull City fans. So come and find us. Big shout outs to Alex Jordan at the Lovely Reds. Big shout to Matt Whitfield and Elliot Waller, among others as well. Big time shout outs. You know what? It's one of them was, man, at Pitch Talk on Twitter and Facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. Wow, big shout out to Samir Sawney of Motivate Sports and Fitness. Big shout out to Sophie and Rachel of Girls on the Ball. And big shout out to the Section 357 show and Thin White Line magazine as well. You know what? We got to say, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You know what? To certain teams, we have to say, congratulations to Manchester City, the 2013-2014 Premier League champions. Deserve it. But with a live bird upon my chest, I'm proud of my team, so it's all good. Big shout out to the Ibis FC Fours as well. On behalf of myself, Straight Shooting LJA,
I'm the G-Man.
And as always, I've been Jesse Fizzle.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good night.